And we are live. Welcome to Whiskey Wednesday, folks. Yeah, you got your boy Metal. You got ACR Protect. And he's going to introduce our special guest this evening.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Happy Whiskey Wednesday, May 21st. Hope it's so we're halfway through the week. That's why we do this. We're on the downhill. We're on the down. We've dealt with Monday, Tuesday. We've crested Wednesday. Now let's just get on the sled and fucking go downhill. So welcome everyone. Metal, thank you as always for putting this on. Always a great time with everyone here. Let's see. I'm trying to get the chat up here. There we go.
We made it to Wednesday, so you guys are welcome.
Yeah, exactly. We got Mama Bear in here, Big Bearded Warrior, and Cajun.
And guys, our special guest this week, none other than Mr. Twin Arrow Survival 2.0 himself. Justin's joining us tonight, guys.
Good
Brother Twin, welcome, sir.
Brother. Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank y'all for having me. It's been a long one. I've been waiting patiently, but maybe not so patiently too.
For sure. For sure. We got other stuff planned too, but everybody will get that in good time.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, Justin, welcome. For those of you, if like I always say, if you're living under a rock, that's the only way. That's the only acceptable reason you don't know about Twin Arrow Survival 2.0.
Well, that's not acceptable either because I broadcast under rocks too.
That's right. In your bunker. In
my bunker, man. With the 50-foot ladder with a trampoline, like Adrian loves that thing so much, man.
Right.
Every time he's like, "What about the bunker and the trampoline?" I got you, homie. I got you.
That's right. Got to get all those people overseas living that pipe dream.
Yes, sir.
Again, thank you to the chat. Thank you for everyone that's in here. Replay crew, when you watch this down the road. Thank you for joining us. Right now, we have Mama Bear, Big Bearded Warrior, Cajun, Robert Ham. Welcome. Good evening.
Welcome, everybody. All the
y'all.
people are here.
Wednesday.
All the big kids.
Guys, I'm here yet again. I'm dropping my camera just in case. So, toodles.
All right.
Let me see.
You dropped it and brought it right back.
I'm back.
Yeah, just like that.
Hey.
I say leave it on, man.
Yeah, I mean, leave it on so you can't leave it on.
Yeah.
We love your face, Metal.
Let's yeah, so
Okay.
tonight. Yeah, leave it on. Let's see let's see. So do you have any weather inbound? I know, so for all those that did have weather yesterday, hope you fared okay, didn't lose power.
Man.
Alabama kind of got their butts kicked.
Didn't somebody get killed down there?
Man,
I think there was a death cause. I was talking to Modern Frontiersman and DJ and Fatty on Signal Channel today, and they said there was a death in the South. It's skirted by Modern Frontiersman. DJ said he didn't really get any, and Ben said it didn't get any bad to them, but I think there was one death off the storm. So prayers for that person's family and anybody affected by that stuff, because that is pretty bad.
For sure.
So let's see.
Yeah, that's bad.
I just got a message here. Chat, if anyone's in the chat, can someone throw a comment in there? Make sure their chat is still going on. Make sure I'm not missing anything here.
Still be going.
Just out of curiosity here.
I am going to.
Do you have the chat, babe?
On my,
Yep. Let's see. I just want to make sure it's working on my end too. There we go.
I got it here.
Perfect.
I see you guys. And I'm running on cellular on that, so I'm not pulling from bandwidth.
Oh, we got Glory. Glory made it in. Welcome.
Yeah, we do have thunderstorms rolling through, high winds. We got a lot of crap going through here right now. So,
all right. Well, you be safe too, brother. Dang.
We can't get away from it.
Yeah, that's the
it's
other
that time of the year, guys.
Somebody's
that time of the year.
So tonight for Whiskey Wednesday, what episode are we on, Metal?
We are on Volume 5.
Volume 5. Wow, time flies.
Volume 5 is alive.
Oh my gosh, name the
Short
movie,
circuit
folks.
Reference.
Yeah. See, oh, there we go. Now the chat's starting to roll. Team Quack made it in. Excellent. Sometimes I got to scroll to catch up with that. So tonight's topic. What's in the box? What's the topic? So we try to tailor these episodes with guests knowledge base and stuff that they're familiar with. Like I'm not gonna bring our old boy Twin in here and say, hey, so Twin, we'd like to talk to you about nuclear fission, and if you can go ahead and give us the.
Oh, sorry guys, my internet fell off. I gotta go.
Like
I'm borrowing Metal's internet.
Damn, Metal.
Oh, DJ the Metalhead Mercenary popped in. Excellent.
What's up, my brother?
Welcome, DJ.
So the topic tonight is gonna be like one primary and then kind of have like its little subcategories here, specifically martial arts, self-defense, applications and benefits, and then the parts that really kind of fall off of that, as far as like the fitness and the training and everything else. And so what better guest to have than Twin Arrows, who has a pretty solid knowledge here on all the above: fitness, training, MMA, some different martial arts. So the floor is yours, good sir.
Well, first off, thank you guys for having me. My experience in martial arts. So let's figure out where I started. I started when I was like 13 years old, taking karate. One of the kids I was always sports, lifting weights, playing football. Was walking through a strip mall one day with my mom to a craft store, and I saw a karate place, and I was like, "Hey, you want me to get into some sports? Let's do that." So I did that for about a year and a half. And as far as getting your kid into something to get their feet wet with martial arts, karate, taekwondo would be great. But as far as barroom or real everyday self-defense, karate is just a show to me. Like I've done the karate, I've done the taekwondo, I've done the mixed martial arts, and by far the mixed martial arts is way better for like everyday people to learn, like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, some stand-up boxing, kickboxing skills. Karate is like a bunch of katas. It's just an orchestrated dance of moves. You're doing, and you're defending 15 people, but it's nobody there, and you're just doing the movements. That's great. But if somebody comes running up behind you and snatches you around the head, they don't have a kata for that. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have to know how to get this person off of you. You know what I mean? Like so. Did the karate for a while, then I got out of it, and I just straight got into fitness, lifting weights, running, stuff like that. And I was at a Golden Corral of all places, and this little short Asian guy walked up to me, and he introduced himself. His name's Adam Song. He's my MMA coach, Song mixed martial arts. And he was like, "You're a big dude, and I need a big dude to come train with us." And I was like, "Man, I got kids, gave him every excuse in the book." Okay. Well, about 2 months later, I'm like, "Man, maybe I'll give this dude a call." So I gave him a call, and he's like, "Yes, please come to the gym, and I'll give you a free trial, see how you do, how you like it." And man, I got in there, and the first time I got thrown on the mat and lost my breath, I fell in love. You know what I mean? Like the first time I about got my ribs broke, I was like, I'm home. Like this is where I need to be. Like these people are doing what I want to do. I want to learn how he did that. I want to learn how he did that. And for the next 15 years, I've been on a journey of martial arts. Got a blue belt, white stripe in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I have a white belt, 4 stripe in Judo. And I've been kickboxing, boxing, and Greco-Roman wrestling as long as I've had all those. So I'm a big component of you need to learn. If you don't want a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that's fine. But go take a couple classes. Learn what happens if somebody trips you up and you hit the ground, how to defend yourself. If you have a wife and kids, show them how to get when a man's going to rape a woman, he's going to get between her legs. And if you get between a person's legs that knows Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, either you're going to get broke up or you're going to sleep. And yeah, there is no ifs, ands, or buts. Like if you got between my legs or even my wife, like I'm going to crush him. I'm going to snap that head. I'm going to pop that shoulder out of joint. When you wake up, you're going to talk about who my is, and you're going to be in handcuffs talking about what happened. That's the main thing is like just simple things like that. Like, so I do a class twice a year at the local YMCA in Cary on women's self-defense. We teach soccer moms how to stop from being raped. If a guy attacks you, puts you in a headlock, I can show you how to shrimp out of it. If they get between your legs, I can show you how to choke them out with a triangle. I can show you how to snap his shoulder blade out of place, So we do that a lot. And that's why I've always pushed. Like, I've not pushed a lot on my channel, but everybody should know some kind of martial arts. Like, I'm not saying you spend the next 20 years becoming a grandmaster at this martial arts, but go take a couple classes and learn how to defend yourself, especially if you're not going to carry a weapon. Like, if you're not going to carry a knife or a weapon of any kind, learn how to be the weapon. You cannot take knowledge from me. You can take the knife, you can take the weapon, but you can't take what's in here and you can't take what's in here. Like, if you have the will to fight and the will to survive, you'll be just fine. So big on that.
Absolutely. I think we lost Metal for a minute. That's off norm for
yes.
for our thing there. Please be patient with us, chat. Thank you so much. I don't know if you see this. DJ the Metalhead Mercenary Twin likes to wrestle OG Greco wig, oiled up and naked.
Yes, sir. Man, with the cucumber out, baby. Cucumbers are flying.
That sounds.
I can't see the chat. Mama Bear's got the chat up there. If I can get her to bring me the laptop when she comes back in, I'll get that right to the chat.
I was gonna say DJ the Metalhead Mercenary. That sounds more up Johnny Depp's alley. That's all I'm gonna say.
I was about to say Jack Hammer.
No, so I can't disagree with anything that you've said. I think anyone in this community, anybody that's into preparedness, personal protection and stuff like that, because it's one of those and almost every single martial art is always going to preach like, hey, talk out of it, talk your way out of it, sit there and try to avoid everything you can. But it comes back to one of the classic phrases my wife always said is, do no harm but take no shit. Right?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
It's one of those, like, you can say, Andrew, you're a fucking fat white piece of shit. I don't care.
There it is.
Don't care. Whatever. Nope. But the minute I think things are going to step up, it's a different game.
What do they say? The sticks or stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me. I mean, right. The trolls on YouTube have called me everything under the sun. Like, I have heard it all. Like, that's not what affects me. Like, what gets my goat the most is watching an innocent person get hurt by a thug and nobody do anything about it but pull their fucking cell phones out and be like, oh, hey, you just knocked that old man out. Bro, step up. You're a sheep. Don't be a sheep. Be a sheepdog. Protect the sheep, because a lot of sheep out here, no matter what we say on here or you show them written proof or anything, it's always the same shit. I'm not violent. I don't think I could do that. Okay, let some thug start raping your daughter and tell me that. You're going to fucking grab with the nearest weapon you can and you're going to go handle business. And if you don't, then you're just part of the problem too. So
right. So kind of circling back to what you're saying as far as the different martial arts, I think so first of all, there are so many different styles. Yes. I know metal was wrapping off a whole bunch of them that I hadn't even heard, but
oh yeah, there's tons, man. There's millions.
Yeah, wherever you live, there's going to be a gym that teaches. There's going to be Taekwondo, and I know it's probably not the best, but at least it's something. It's a stepping stone to teach you how to strike and everything else.
Yep.
But jiu-jitsu is so popular these days. You can find jiu-jitsu gyms, you can find wrestling gyms, karate, Krav Maga, judo, all these different martial arts, and most of the time they have like an intro period where it might be 2 or 3 sessions or something like that to find out, is this what I want to practice? And then I think as you become a student of self-defense and preparedness, you're going to say, okay, I need to know more. Like now you could be a one-trick pony, but I always like to use an example of Chuck Liddell, the MMA fighter, who was
Iceman.
At first,
Iceman,
a fantastic wrestler. That was his. But you know what he likes to do? He loves to strike, and so
he likes to throw hands, man.
Yeah,
he loves to throw them hands.
He uses his knowledge of wrestling and ground to keep himself standing so that he can continue to strike. And so know that stuff, but also know that a lot of fights go to the ground.
And not even on purpose, just on accident. Like
right. You
in a bar room with wet floors. Like, so Not to interrupt, man. Go ahead and finish what you're saying. I'll get back
No,
on
no, no.
that.
That you're exactly. I was just saying that. Like
So,
it's one of those. Yeah, go ahead.
so me coming from a bouncer background, having 2,000 people in a bar, everybody spilling drinks. There's broken cups. There's broken bottles. There's ice everywhere. And you're dealing with somebody who's drunk, erratic, and they don't want to leave, and they're falling around. Chances are very, very good you're going to hit the ground. And most people can fight standing up. Like anybody can throw a right hook, anybody can throw a punch. Um, it's the fact that when you hit the ground, that's what separates the champions from the average people. When I go to the ground, I've already calculated what I'm going to do in my head, and I'm going to start tearing that body apart. I'm going to attack the shoulders. I'm going to attack the elbow. I'm going to attack your knee. I'm going to pop your ankle out. And if I can get to your back or even around to the front of you to do a guillotine choke, you're going to sleep. 30 seconds of them, your carotid artery is being cut off. It's nighttime. Like it goes into tunnel vision. And when you wake up, you're out of the bar. Like, so I talked to my MMA coach and I was like, Coach Song, like, I bounce, show me some stuff for that. So we worked for about 2 weeks, like a crash course. Like the one thing about learning stuff from Adam, when you go to the gym, you're there for 4 or 5 hours. If you're not leaving that until you've learned the moves that you want to learn. I don't care if you got to do them 500 times or 5,000 times. We've been out there till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning in the middle of the summer with fans blowing just so I could learn 3 moves. And that's why I like going through him. He's just very dedicated to it. But like sidewalks or uneven floor, anything, like you can swing, and if somebody hits you and you go out for a second, you wake up on the floor and they're on top of you, you really need to know how to get them off of you. So jiu-jitsu is great for that. Like jiu-jitsu is great, but getting to the ground, you still need some throws. So judo comes into where, to give y'all a brief history, so the jiu-jitsu I'm studying under is Gracie Baja. Now, the judo I study is Collier. It's Monty Collier and his sons. If anybody's watched John Wick, where he goes down the steps in the ballerina place and they're doing the fucking throws, and those 2 young guys are throwing the shit out of each other, and they look up at him, those are the sons of the guy that taught me judo. He came from Tennessee, flew down to North Carolina, and they stayed for 5 days. And for 10-hour days, I stayed in the MMA gym with Adam, Monty, Nick, and Cy, and we did a crash course on judo. I got my white belt because when you first start judo, there is no belt. You don't have a belt. You start. Once they figure out that you're going to be all right, he's going to study, he's going to do this, they'll give you a white belt. Then it starts with the stripes. You get the stripes as you progress through that. And I've only got 4 stripes and a white belt, and I've been doing it for almost 6 years. Adam has only got a brown belt, and he's been doing it for like 12. Like they don't give black belts away. And that's another thing. If you're going to train at a school that doesn't give the belts away because you have money. It should take 50 to 60 years from you to get a white belt to a black belt. You go into these taekwondo and karate places and there's 8-year-old kids with black belts. Ain't no damn way I didn't even get my blue belt in jiu-jitsu until I got into a street fight helping a guy. It's not just about the arts. So much other stuff comes into play with being a martial artist. Like it's not just, I can throw you on the ground and I can kick your ass. Yeah, dude, you might get lucky and get me. You might not. There's been guys that have hit me and I freaking went out. You know what I mean? Every dog doesn't win every fight. Get you a school that actually cares about the craft and wants you to not just learn the craft, but change your life with the craft. Jiu-jitsu is a lifestyle. It's not an art. It's a lifestyle. And once you get into that lifestyle, jiu-jitsu should translate into everything you do. So find a school that teaches you like that. Now, he's got $600, I'll give you a black belt. There ain't no 8-year-old kid's been on the planet long enough to know everything to have a black belt around his waist doing even just karate or taekwondo. Nobody has enough experience. It's a lifetime of experience to get this. That's why the black belt is black. You start with a white belt, and as you progress and train, the belt gets dirty, right? So then your colors start changing on your belt. So by the time you're a master, that white belt has been beat up, tore up, and it is black. That's how the black belt came. It's not just ranked from colors, So, I mean, find a school that teaches you more than just the craft, because there's a lot more. Jiu-jitsu has changed people's lives. Like, it's changed my life, and I could go into a whole nother episode about that, but we're not going to get into that depth. We'll do that on Lodge and on mine. But But I didn't get my blue belt. I told you guys the story of the Mexican restaurant. Me and Mama Bear were eating dinner, drinking a beer, and a guy got hit, sucker punched, and I fought with the dude in the parking lot and used jujitsu, judo, and boxing on him. And the cops came. I thought I was going to jail, but no, man, I saved the guy. And he said, "You saved countless people. We don't know what this guy could have done, and you stepped up and took one for the team." So, that's when I got my blue belt. When the real world experience hit, and I told my MMA coach, the whole story, and he was like, "Yeah, so I got the blue belt." So, but that's what I'm saying.
Metal's
So,
chomping
guys,
at the bit
if
to say
you
something here.
try to get if you guys find a place and out front is a Dairy Queen and behind it's a martial arts school, do not go to school there. You know why? Any place that you can drive through and get a black belt in a blizzard is not a good
It's not
place.
perfect. No.
You
Where
want
I
to study
learned-
from the places that are like the backyard type schools.
This is where I
The
went.
guys that aren't like the super over propagandized guys. You see stuff
Yep.
everywhere for them. Those are generally your cookie cutter, run of the mill, copy and paste
Yep.
places.
So where I learned jujitsu was in a trailer park in Cary, in a 14 by 20 metal building with no heating, no air conditioning. It had wrestling mats all on the floor and all on the walls, and a shelf with gear, a radio, and a bucket to throw up in. And we have had some champions come out of that place. I like working out in the dungeon. When I go to a gym, I want the rusty, hardcore fucking barbells. I want weightlifting dust everywhere. I want sweat. I want buckets to puke in. I don't go in there to fucking Planet Fitness with my little tank top and run in there and do my little thing and drop the weights and a little buzzer goes off. No, when I go to train, I'm going to war. I train like my life depends on it because it fucking does. Nobody is going to come out here and save Twin and Mama Bear. Nobody, I don't care if you call the cops and tell them there's a guy standing in your yard with a gun. It's 30 minutes before somebody gets here. You train like your life depends on it because it fucking does. And if anybody tells you anything different than that, turn around and walk away and be like, you're just not for me. If they tell you you're going too hard in sparring and you're going too hard in training, it's the wrong fucking gym. If you're not leaving there with cuts, bruises, having to go home and sit in an ice bath or an Epsom salt bath because you train so fucking hard, you're not training. You're getting through. You're just doing enough to make it through. You're going to get your ass mopped one day. They're going to use you to mop up the blood on the floor because you just didn't train. And I tell Mama Bear that when we're out in the woods. Yeah, that shit sucks, man. That gun's heavy, that backpack's heavy, that chest rig's itchy and you're sweating. But you got to train like your life depends on it because it does, for one thing. And the more you bleed in training, the less you bleed in an actual fight. I try to give them little tidbits of wisdom to people like, man, the more you bleed in training, the less you bleed in a fight. And the more you bleed in training, the less you bleed in combat. Like, I can't stress enough. And that's why I don't talk about it. And I don't think a lot of prepping channels or preparedness channels or Minuteman channels, everybody has the chest rigs. Everybody has the fucking Condor or the backpacks and the $5,000 rifles and all that. Nobody talks about what happens if that rifle malfunctions. What happens if you're walking through a hallway and now an insurgent just grabs your AR-15 and you're on the floor with this guy? What are you going to do? You're going to try to pull another pistol? You're going to try to pull a blade? What if you can't? What if he's got your shit? You got to know other things. A firearm, as well as martial arts, is just a small tool in an overall toolbox of stuff that you need to have. But have you ever been in your house and be like, damn, man, I wish I had a flathead screwdriver and all you got is a Phillips, or you need a Phillips screwdriver and all you got is a flathead, and you're like, well, damn, how am I going to do this? You got to, principles like that need to be applied to survival and prepping and fighting and shooting. Well, man, if you want to shoot something, you probably need a gun, right? Well, if you get attacked and you don't have any of this stuff, like I was saying before we came on, they can take my rifle, they can take my handgun, they can take my knife. They can't take my knowledge and they can't take my heart. If you've got enough knowledge to fight and enough heart to keep that you in the fight, you'll overcome most obstacles. And that's not just in fighting, but in life in general. Like, you got to have the heart, you got to have the knowledge. And that's like with prepping. If you're going to grow a garden, you got to have the knowledge. All this needs to come in. And by just putting all your eggs in the survival basket or the bushcraft basket or the Minuteman basket, well, I don't need food to eat. Like, I got guns, I got a backpack. Well, that's great, but what are you going to eat, bro? Like, I can't stand somebody that goes out and they got $100,000 worth of guns all these high-end chest rigs, but they're like, okay, well, how much food and water you got? I don't have any. Well, that's basic life, man. You sell one of those fucking rifles and go buy you a couple months worth of food and water. It makes no
Right.
sense. And then for the people that say, well, I got a 9mm, I'll just come to your house, and you're going to come to my house and know what you're going to do? You're going to be like, hey, twin, I got this real nice Glock 9mm. I'll give it to you if you give my family a bowl of beans and rice each, or a toothbrush to brush our teeth, or hey, can I have something to drink? I got this real nice pistol. Yeah, I was going to come over here and kill you, but I got morals, and I got to go home and explain to my wife and kids that I just shot you, and now we're eating your food. That's not going to fly like that. Learn some shit. But don't just put yourself in that one basket and be like, I'm going to be a jiu-jitsu guy. Learn some judo. Learn some boxing. Learn some. If you want to take taekwondo, I don't care what you do, as long as your ass is getting out there and you're putting 110% into your training and you're soaking all this stuff in and then applying it to your other parts of your life. That's what the big thing for me is. It's like and I used to get up in the mornings, me and Mama Bear, and I'm like, man, I just don't feel good. I don't want to go to the gym, do my live chat, and I'm just like, fuck the gym. No, never, never again. I looked at a woman one day in a wheelchair at the fucking gym doing little arm curls. And dude, if she can go to the gym every day and improve her life, and I can get up and I'm a healthy individual, I don't have any illnesses, I get up every morning, I do my thing, and I can go to the gym, never take that for granted. Never take that for granted, because there's somebody out there that would kill to be in your position in that training. So that's just my little.
I couldn't agree more.
For the day.
Couldn't agree more, dude.
Right.
I actually had a student years ago that was actually in a wheelchair, but I taught Kung Fu.
We had a woman come in and I'm not even gonna lie about it. One of the guys that helps us was kind of like an asshole. He's like, well, what the hell is she going to do? And I'm like, she's going to train with us. And he was like, bro, she's in a wheelchair. She can't use her legs. I'm like, I bet by the end of this class, she'll choke you the fuck out. And I was like, $20 says I'll train her enough to be able to choke you out. And then it's not even, I don't want to sound like disrespectful. People that can't walk have massive upper body strength. Their legs don't work, but their fucking arm. Dude, she climbed. And the thing is she had like maybe 5%. She could move her legs, but she couldn't put weight on her legs. But she fucking got on me, dude, and I showed her for I focused on her because my grandma was in a wheelchair my entire life, so I just was like, I'll train with you. And she's like, oh my goodness, you're so big. And I'm like, yeah, but that's what you want. If you can get off me and choke me out and hurt me, there's no normal dude that ain't going to be able to hold your shit. So the class lasts 4 hours. We do 2 hours, then we take an hour break, and then we do 2 more hours. By the end of those 4 hours, she fucking had it, dude. And I told my buddy, I was like, fucking roll with her. And he's like, no, she's a woman and she's paralyzed. I'm like, bro, I said, she's going to kick your ass. And when I said that, he was like, oh, bet. Dude, when I'm over top of him, slapping him on the face, talking about, come back to us, man. She choked him out to the point where he went out. And I was like, that's my girl. Like, that was the best feeling ever. That I took somebody that had never even threw a punch. She said, I've never been in a high school fight. I've never done anything. And by the end of that 4 hours, she choked a fucking purple belt Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy out. And I was like, yes, you're welcome. So thank you for that for me. Thank you that I know that I can teach. You know what I mean? That was the best thing ever. Like, that motherfucker woke up and he was like, what happened? I'm like, you owe me money is what happened. Like, yeah. So,
you got sleepy, fool.
Yeah. Right. Hey, man, snap, cracker, tap. It don't matter to me. You know what I mean? It's like the little cereal dudes.
Randall threw out a good point here. Randall's Little Adventures. On any certain day, anyone can knock anyone the hell out. Knock them out, choke them out. And it's so true. It's one of those, you see it in professional fighting, you see it in the streets and whatnot. And it's the truth. It's one of those, like, whoever wanted to go home that day, you know what I'm saying? Whoever.
It's not the size. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, sir.
Oh, it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. Like, I can go down so many roads of seeing things like just innocent. I'm trying to think of a good thing where I can relate to where. So I worked with a guy. All right, I'm 6'9". At this time, I was like 350. I'm down to like 250 now. Excuse me. And I'm working with this dude, and he's probably 140 pounds. Now he's physically fit. Like he's ripped. Like I got chub. You know what I mean? I'm just a big corn-fed country boy. I can't help it. Now this dude is ripped, but he's only like 140 pounds, maybe 5'5", 5'6", just little dude. I've seen him take a guy that was probably 100 pounds more and straight slide him across the bar with one hit, man. And I was like, that dude just hit like Thor's hammer. Like it sounded like somebody hit the side of a big chunk of beef, like bam, and it was like, holy shit! Like he was just I called him Sandman because he put motherfuckers to sleep. One hit, one hit. He ain't all about that jumping around with you and all that shit. He'd wait for you, drunk ass to swing on him, and he'd come up with that uppercut, and them jaws would clack, and you'd be asleep. And I was like, holy shit! Like, so I invited him to an MMA class. Okay, I'm like, hey man, you ever thought about doing like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, boxing and shit? He's like, no, I don't really have a place, and I don't have the money. Like, bouncers don't make shit. I'm like, don't worry about that. Just come with us, please. Like, just come train with me one day. One day. So Saturday comes around, he comes up, we start training. Let me put it to you like this. Twin left with 3 broken ribs and my eye swelled shut. And I gave it everything I fucking had. And we were going 40%, and I still 3 broke ribs, my eye was swelled shut. Like, he was hurting too. Like, it won't just he assaulted Twin and Twin laid there like a little bitch. Twin gave it everything he had, but he's so fucking fast. By the time like, it takes a minute for that long arm to come out. And when that long arm come out, he'd duck it and he'd come up and I'll bam. And I'm like, where the hell did that come from? Like, fuck, man. Like, stop. You don't leave that spot anymore, because if you do, you're going to kick my ass. But we went to war. Like, it was straight war, because I just wanted to see what he was made out of. And to this day, we're still really good friends. Like, I won't fucking roll with him no more, because he doesn't understand that, when you're rolling with your friends, you ain't trying to kill me. But then he's like, well, you told me to train like my life depends on it. And you're a big dude. And I'm like, well, I just bit my tongue. You know what I mean? So went home, got the ribs looked at and iced up the eye. And, the ex-girlfriend at the time, the girlfriend at the time was making fun of me and shit. And I'm just like, yeah, you know what I mean? Shit, you got to learn too. I've had my ass kicked. And if anybody sits there and tells you, I ain't never had my ass kicked, bullshit. Dude, every dog has his day. I don't care. I had a 15-year-old kid snap 2 of my ribs in a fucking jiu-jitsu in the gym. He went to well, it's kind of my fault too, but he went to like cartwheel over me to get a better position, and I just reached up and grabbed his pant leg on his gi. And when I did that, he gave out, and when he gave out, his shoulder blades went into my false rib and snapped the crackle pop. So Twins broke ribs. I've had all kinds of shit, but that's part of the game. Like, and that's, I think, throws a lot of people off about like training and stuff. Well, I don't want to get punched. I don't want to get kicked. I don't want to get bopped in the eye. Well, wouldn't you rather do it in a controlled environment with somebody that's not trying to kill you? Or would you just rather wait till you're on the street and somebody's trying to kill you to get punched in the eye and realize that it doesn't hurt as bad as you think it does? Like, you know what I mean? Get punched in the fucking mouth hurts, but it don't hurt that bad. Like, you got to get over that fear. And that's, I think, is a lot of people's, it creates hesitation. Like, oh man, like that hurts. Well, fucking life hurts, man. And it's going to hurt a lot more when your fucking family's crying over you in the coffin because you didn't fight back. Feel what I'm saying? Like,
truth.
Life hurts, but suck it up.
It's a rough ride. Get a helmet.
It is, man. Get a helmet, baby.
So DJ, the Metalhead Mercenary, brought up a good point about, statistically victims of crimes they're ambushed, right? That's it's unprepared. Yep. I mean, short of, and it's safe to say that most people in this group pretty, with it, we're not out there looking to start shit. That way I think everyone in here is ready to finish it, but not looking to start it.
Great.
So,
yes.
He made up the, DJ made the point here of, being able to handle the surprise attacks, because that's what these cowards do. They sneak out of the dark alleys. They do some bullshit. They wait till you go into the ATM. They wait till you're trying to, whatever. And they try to get you that way. So again, having good reaction tactics is key, and situational awareness is where it comes.
That's what I was going to say.
Well, I tell people all the time. Sorry, I'm not meaning to interrupt, Andrew. Just I get ideas and they just bust in my fucking head. So I tell people like this too, man. If you go to Walmart, okay, you're walking through Walmart. I tell this to Mama Bear all the time, especially somebody that carries a firearm. First, always keep your firearm dominant, whatever you shoot, right or left hand. Always try to keep everything out of it. Your cell phone. If you're carrying bags to your car, don't carry bags in that hand. When you're walking around Walmart or the grocery store and you're pushing the cart, instead of walking around staring at your phone like this, put your head up, keep your shoulders back, put both hands on the cart and pay a fucking attention to what's going on around you. Don't get in your little bubble. And everybody does it with a cell phone. And like this is my cell phone. And they're all in here and you're walking. You literally see people walking that haven't looked up in 50 steps. Now, that's an easy prey. That's easy prey. Like the wolf's not going to come out and get the fucking the game that's looking at him and like, oh, I know this is going to happen. He's looking for the one that's hurt, injured, or just not paying a fucking attention. They're going to sneak up. They're going to surprise attack your ass, and then an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. If you can prevent that from happening, you don't have to fight anybody. You saw it coming. You could take a chance. You could show them that, hey, I'm not the one, dude. You know what I mean? So I preach that to Mama Bear all the time. She used to be real bad about it, but now I'm like, hey, keep your hand up, keep your head up, keep your head back. Make yourself like feel like you're bigger than you normally are. Like make yourself opposing. When you're walking, walk with authority. When people cut you off, don't stop. When you're instead of letting people that are talking in the aisle hem you up, go around them, push through them. Just keep your forward momentum. Always forward, like you guys know, always forward. But another thing, always keep your hands free. Like if you're carrying grocery bags and somebody runs up to you and you got a handful of grocery bags, that's seconds that you've wasted dropping the bag to get to your firearm. Just keep your hand free. You can get to your firearm, or just a little tidbit info I'd throw out there. So
no, you're absolutely right, man. I mean, it's one of those, and Pat Riot just said it. Don't look like the target. Don't
No.
It's kind of like what you're saying. Like I'm not trying to be some badass, but I'm paying attention,
No.
and so I want people to know that I'm paying attention. Yeah, I see you. I see. Yeah, good. Want to FAFO, let's go. But right now,
yeah,
like, hey, I'm paying attention. I'm not, again, I've got two of these damn things.
The universal sign, like the universal sign of leave me the fuck alone is having headphones in and using your cell phone. When you're walking down the road and you do that, it tells people he don't want to be bothered. He's got headphones in, just get the fuck away from me. Don't talk to me, nothing. But you know what? I'm going to get your ass because you're not going to hear me coming. You're fucking 100% focused on your cell phone and not your surrounding areas. It makes it too easy for people to run up and attack you. Don't be a target. Don't be a target. I don't care if you got a gun and knife or you have none of it. Just present yourself in a manner that people are like, there's just something about that dude. Because I don't get on here and try to tell everybody I'm a fucking badass mixed martial arts Navy SEAL sniper motherfucker. Because I'm just a redneck from the country that has spent the last 20 some years of his life studying these crafts because I have a feeling that I'm going to need them. And I have needed them all through my life, whether it be a barroom fight or just a shit hits the fan situation for my family. Like I try to tell everybody, be a badass, but I'm not a Navy SEAL. I don't fucking shoot like all these dudes. I can't run through like T-Rex arms, do Lucas and shoot 50 targets and hit every A zone and all headshots. Like I'm just human, but I refuse to be a victim. I was put on this earth with my size and my ability to learn the violent acts for a reason. Like I'm good at this shit. As much as I sometimes don't like it, I'm just good at it. And I know what I'm doing with some of these things. And it's like, if you can present yourself like that, people won't fuck with you. Like I'm 6'9" tattooed up. Beyond that, it's like you can talk to somebody for 5 minutes and be like, yeah, that dude's probably not one you want to mess with. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just a big teddy bear, dude. I'm a big goofy motherfucker. I try to make people laugh. Like I'm just a big goofy motherfucker. But when it comes down to it and I have to go to work, I am not big, and I'm big, but I'm not a goofy person at that point. Like dude, all that shit goes out.
I would see you and I would come up to you, but not like I would never fight you. I'd just be reaching up to get uppies.
Jesus.
Hey, can you grab that can on the top shelf for me?
I need a hug, damn it. It's been a tough week. Give me uppies.
Hey, dude, I cannot go to Food Line, Walmart, or anywhere without some little old lady coming up. Excuse me, sir, I hate to bother you. Can you reach that? And I was like, you want the one in the back, the better date? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, I reach way to the back of the shelf and grab it. And she's like, oh my God, thank you. You're a tall drink of water. And I'm like, Mama Bear, what does that mean? She's like, that old woman wanted to jump on your bones, son. I'm like, holy shit.
No, so, it's always better to be a warrior in the garden versus a gardener in a war.
In a war. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. So circling back onto something that's kind of been tap danced around by everybody a little bit here in the chat and with the panel here. One thing I put on my notes because yes, I'm a notes guy, and once you start doing this, once you found your mix, what you're doing, and I love all the facts. Like everyone, hey, don't go to the gyms that are that are giving away belts for dollar amounts, like because that's not why you're doing this. You're doing this for two things: to gain knowledge. Well, for three things: to gain knowledge, gain effectiveness, and fitness is the other part of that. Like that's the other part of that is the fitness. So
self-preservation.
If someone's just giving me a belt because Andrew broke that board, well, that doesn't mean shit. A static board, the two people were holding, and I ran up and kicked it from halfway across the room, like that doesn't do shit. But getting the different training, learning the different stuff, improving your health and fitness, but then the big part about this, validating your skill set. And we talked about that, and that can be done through a couple different. And I want everybody watching this to know that does not mean, well, I've been training, I'm going to go to this bar and I'm going to start picking fights. That's not what it's about. That's not. But
damn, you mean I've been doing it wrong all these years?
Right. But sitting there punching a bag all day long, and though bags move and you can do all the different stuff, it is way different when you start swinging at people because people don't stay still. And so sparring, that's kind of where I was going with that, sparring or whatever, or, the different training. I know Gen X just made it in. Howdy there, sir. Doing the different trainings. Like I know those of us that were in the service, or police, lots of training. And it's one of those, like I know, one of the trainings I had to do was a 2-on-1, not Johnny Depp style. Actually, it was actually two.
This just took a weird turn.
Someone was waiting, and it was two cats, and one of them. So he's actually a deputy now. This dude. So his name was Manuel, and anytime I met someone named Manuel, they're like the size of like twin. And this dude was built like a fucking goddamn brick wall, right? And so it was him. And then this other guy, and he was a boxer, like a trained boxer, but he was smaller. Like he was smaller than me, but the other dude was way bigger than me. And I remember it's like, okay, like I have this game plan. And like Mike Tyson says, everyone has a game plan until they get punched in the face. And
she goes out the window.
I remember when I got that first hit from Manuel, and it wasn't even full speed, but I remember going, I can't take too many more of those. I'm going to be out cold. That dude hits fucking hard. And so I had to change up my strategy. I was like, because I can pick up this other guy and I can do whatever I want with him. So my goal was to keep my, this guy between myself and Manuel and just kind of keeping him off me. But validating those skills with training, finding good training partners. And again, you're going to get banged up. You're going to get injuries. You might get knocked out. So. You might get choked out.
So.
You break some ribs. You break some fingers. But the other part of that is you learn how to fight through it. And that's one of those things. Like it's all part of the. You don't want to be the first time being punched in the face is when you're fighting for your life. Like that should not be the first time you're ever finding out. Like, oh my God, I have a glass chin. I can't.
Well, it's like the first time you get robbed or somebody's pointing a gun at you and you have to fucking draw your weapon. You want that to be the first time you pull the trigger? Is that the first time you've had to use your gun in self-defense? No. Train. And I preached that about with the packs, rucking and wearing the gear and shooting. It's no different when it comes to mixed martial arts or martial arts in general. Train as much as you can. And honestly, to people that have never been punched in the face, it ain't that bad. You know what I mean? Like either A, you're going to feel it and you're just going to be like, wow, that really sucked. And you're going to get pissed and you're going to want to hit them back. Or when you wake up, it's going to be over anyways. You know what I mean? There's only a couple things that can happen with that. Right. Like I went to that Mexican restaurant do you want me to tell the story and how that transpired? I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
Since we're talking about that. So this is your show. I'm just a guest, man. Y'all's house. I'm just using the bathroom in it.
You're the exclusive guest, dude.
I am best. So Mama Bear and I decided we were going to go eat Mexican food. And for some reason, I didn't take my handgun Like I usually carry everywhere I go, restaurants included. I don't give a shit. If it's a gun-free zone, if Twin Arrow survival there, it's not a gun-free zone at that point. But that day I just was like, no, I'm not going to take it. And she even looked at me like, damn, you sick? Like you always take your Glock. And I'm like, I'm not taking it today. It's uncomfortable. It's hot. I want to sit outside, eat some tacos and drink some beer. I don't give two shits about that gun right now. Which was God apparently telling me I didn't need it because it could have perspired into something a whole lot worse then. So we're sitting there eating my food, having a good time. I'm two big Modelo's into it. We're just having a blast. It's a mama and twin day. And I look high. So we're outside on the patio and there's like a double glass door right going into the restaurant. So I just happened to look over and there was an old man laying out and he's snoring, bro. And I'm like, fuck, man, he's having a heart attack. He just ate too many tacos or something. He's fucked up. Well, Mama Bear's a nurse. So I'm like, hey, nurse, time to go to nurse shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's time to do some nurse shit. So she jumps up, runs into the restaurant to see if the guy's having a heart attack, sugar dropped, he passed out, whatever. About the same time, the front doors of the restaurant fly open, and there's this young dude, and he's swinging like fucking haymakers at two Spanish guys. They're just working at the restaurant, trying to get him out. So I stand up, and I'm like, man, like, you know, I'm the only one who didn't pull my phone out and start videoing this shit. Well, then he's beating the shit out of these guys. And all I said was, I was like, hey, man, chill out. Like, you chill out. He fucking looked right at me, and he was like, oh, you want some? And I was like, I'm just telling you to chill, bro, before the cops come, unless you want to go to jail. Well, he charged me. And when he charged me, I kind of sidestepped him. Well, when I sidestepped him, he swung up. And when he swung up, he just nicked my chin. And I was like, oh, I didn't want any, but now you got my full undivided attention. And I went to beating the fuck out of this dude. I fucking judo, I hit through him. And I'm not talking about 40% like in sparring. I went 110%. When I threw him, both of us left the ground. My feet came up, and when I landed with everything I had, like a brick, right on top of him. I heard ribs crack. Like you can hear it. It's obvious. Well, he bit me, and while he's biting me, sometimes judo is good, sometimes jiu-jitsu is good, but sometimes just two good old thumbs right to the inside of the eye socket, and you start gouging that fucker's eyeballs out. He turned me loose. Jumped up. I put him in. I mean, I can't even remember all the shit that we just tussled. I was tore up. I had bite mark. I was bleeding out of my lip. Like, nobody wins the fight. You're going to leave hurt. They're going to leave hurt. You might have did a little more than him, but nobody wins an actual fight. So dude jumped up, hauled ass. Well, all these people are videoing it. And I'm just like, I said, y'all motherfucker. I stood up and he left. And I was like, everybody out here is videoing this shit, but not one person could drop the phone long enough to call 911 to get the police to come for this. I'm having to deal with this. And all the people walked up, and it was a black guy. So I thought all these other African-American people were coming at me to like, oh, you beat that poor guy. I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck. I'm not racist. I don't give a fuck what color you are. I'll beat a Martian to death if I have to with my hands. And I was like, man, they're like, oh no, man, like that shit's dope. Like you just helped us. And I can't believe he must have been on drugs or something. And I was like, he was on something. It was obvious. Like he was just so spazzed out. And so the cops came. And I'm like, okay, like they come over to me and I'm like, hey man, he swung first. And I was like, am I in trouble? They're like, oh no, man, but are you hurt? And I was like, I pulled my shirt up and fucking blood pouring out. He bit me through a layer of clothes, but I still have a scar from it. And that's the other thing about a fight. People will resort to dirty shit. If you got to reach up and grab a handful of balls and squeeze that motherfucker like a lemon, do it. There's no such thing as a fair fight. If somebody's beating your ass and about to physically kill you, and you can reach over and grab a rock, smack that bitch in the side of the head with it. It's called Puerto Rican judo. You don't know if I got a gun. You don't know if I got a knife. You treat everybody like that. That dude might just be getting you on the ground to pull out a knife and start sticking you in the ribs. If you can roll over and grab a rock and bust him in the side of the head, whatever you got to do to get that fucker off of you. There's no fair fight, okay? So anyway, the cops came. They're like, well, man, you really need to get seen. We're going to get an ambulance. And I'm like, oh, I'm fine. He was like, you got bit by a human being. That is the worst possible bite you can receive, and it's going to fuck you up. Well, little cops come over. They're like, man, we appreciate you doing this. Like, you saved a couple people. We don't know if he had a gun or a knife or anything. I said, he had no weapons because he would have put them out on me. So they followed me down to the hospital, all that shit. You know, I ended up staying in the hospital for 4 days. So I actually lost the fight. But at the time, I won the fight. But the effects of what happened afterwards put me in the hospital for 4 days. So I actually lost the fight. But I took one for the team, and it could have saved somebody. So what happened with the old man was, I guess the guy had one of those Bluetooth speakers and was listening to it wide open in the restaurant. And the old man asked him to turn the phone down because he couldn't hear the waiter when he was ordering his food. and the dude ran up and sucker punched him from behind, swole his eyes shut, knocked him out. So that was the one time that Twin took one for the team. And like that shit happens to me. Mama Bear can attest to this. Like that's how I know I'm in the right path of prepping and Minuteman and trying to get my YouTube channel to help people, because I'm always tasked with that. I'm always the one that steps in to help the woman that's getting beat by her husband, or help the man that just got sucker punched in a public restaurant. I'm always the one to diffuse the situation. And I never could figure out why I was the one until I was like 30. And I'm like, you know what? You're a big dude. God put you here for a reason, man. You're good at this stuff. You're good at this. You can take a punch. Your pain threshold's real high. There is a reason for this. You know what I mean? So I was like, And that's when I really stepped up my game and was like, yeah, I want to do this. And I want to learn every aspect of martial arts and firearms and knife fighting and stick fighting, just because if I'm going to be put in this situation, I want to be a step ahead, you know? So that's the story of the Mexican restaurant.
I'd like to jump in for a second if I can.
No.
I got okay. Bye, guys.
Yeah, no.
I almost spit that beer everywhere, bro. That's not what I was expecting you to say, my man. Dude, y'all about saw that one. I was like, what did you say?
Okay, it's a wrap. Thanks for coming out, guys.
The fucking gloves are off. Now we're fixing to be scrapping on the internet.
But no, with 40 years of experience in this, like Twin was saying, you have to train in all elements. You can't just do it indoors. You got to do it all types of terrain. The schools that I learned the most in and had the most effect on me and what was practical were the schools that were outside. My Jeet Kune Do school, where I learned Wing Chun and Muay Thai. We were outside 365 days a year, whether it rains, snow, sunshine, whatever, on the pavement, in the gravel, in the mud, in the grass, whatever. We trained in all elements and all places. Having that kind of capability, we're always saying about the Minuteman type stuff, training in all kinds of weather, just the same in martial arts. Because if somebody's arm is wet, it's not going to react the same as if it's dry. Same with clothing. Clothing's going to be heavier. So it's going to be more for you to throw a punch, going to be more for you to throw a low line kick. We were talking about kicks before the show. We were talking in the green room, and Twin and I both agree. We don't really throw kicks above the waist. We'll hit the thighs, the inner and outer thighs. Muay Thai, I blow out the knee. But I'm not going to be like Jean-Claude Van Damme or like the Green Power Ranger and jumping up in the air and throwing spin kicks. It's just not practical.
We trained one time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, every once in a while, Johnny Depp will do the helicopter.
He is really good at the helicopter kick. He gets inches off the ground.
Just don't knock yourself out. Hey, man, what happened to your jaw? I was helicoptering and smacked myself in the jaw.
Damn,
Johnny Depp gets the helicopter and gets inches off the ground.
This might sound kind of weird, but we trained drunk one night. We literally got a bottle of. Everybody was like, "Hey, you drink what you bring wine or liquor or beer, whatever you want. We're going to sit in the house and we're going to get to the point where we're tipsy and we're going to go train." That is complicated. The drunken master. If you can do that shit drunk, it is like. And I'm like, why are we doing this? He's like, bro, how many times you been in a bar fucking having a good time partying with your friends, and next thing you know, it's an all-out brawl, and you're intoxicated, you got to fucking fight. You might as well train like that. And I'm like, man, that makes sense. Like, it made everything more difficult. Like, everything. Like, you're not as stable. You're goofy. You don't have the strength, or you have more strength than what you anticipating at that particular moment. Because not every move you do on somebody takes, like, the wrenching fucking power. A little bit of pressure in certain points of the human body, and you'll fucking fall like a sack of potatoes. So we got intoxicated. We got drunk and went out there. That was a shit show. But I learned some valuable lessons. Like you gotta train. Like Metal was saying. Anybody who trains Minuteman, you guys do it in the rain. You do it in the snow. You do it when it's 80 degrees, 100% humidity. You do it when it's at night. Like, there's no reason why. You should be training mixed martial arts in low light conditions. You're not always going to be in a brightly lit room. You could be in a dark ass alley and can't even see in front of you. if you train enough, you just instinctively know what to do. You know where to put your hand. You know what to pair. And everybody does the same shit. Either they're going to give you a bunch of haymakers or they're going to run at you and charge you and try to tackle you to the ground. You know this. Like it's written in fighting law book somewhere that hey, you must assault with rapid hand movements and haymakers because people that are trained don't know how to fight. They think you watch 6 seasons of UFC that you can fight somebody that's been doing this shit and has been hit in the jaw and has been slammed and had broke ribs and my shins have no feeling anymore because we take like Baker's rollers, like the rolling pin. We take a wood rolling pin and roll them up and down our shins to toughen and callus our shins for the kids. Like my son was fucking with me one day. We were at the MMA because my son Alan trained with us, my daughters, everybody. Like little girls were in there training with us. We were training everybody. And Alan went to like thigh kick me. And all I did was check his leg. I just drew my leg up to block it. And he kicked me in the shin. And it put a fucking golf ball size knot on his shin. And he had tears coming out of his eyes. And I was like, I didn't even kick you. He was like, no, Dad, you just, with the force of my kick, when you raised your shit up and I collided with you, it hurt. And he was like, but you don't even have a red mark because I'm toughening myself for that. Like it may sound stupid to people that don't know, but taking a rolling pin and rolling up and down your shin, up and down, it numbs it. It hurts. Yes, it hurts. But eventually it doesn't hurt. Just like taking a medicine ball. What we do in our, like as far as boxing, when you get hit in the nose, what happens? Your eyes water, you flinch, you just don't want to get hit in the nose. Well, you take a 10-pound medicine ball and they throw it at your face and somebody's holding your hands so you instinctively can't reach up and block it. Like there's a guy holding your hands and they're not fucking whaming you. They're just twerking your nose enough. You hit somebody in the face with a 10-pound medicine ball and eventually, guess what? I'm not shutting my eyes anymore. I see it coming. I'm not shutting because when you got a punch coming, you close your eyes. Like that's just, or like some people when they first shooters, when they shoot, they close their eyes and it's like, and draw the gun back because they're anticipating it. Once you get used to that, you don't close your eyes anymore. Your eyes aren't watering. First time somebody pops you in the nose and you look at them and like that's all you got, they're like, oh fuck, like this might not be the best decision I've made in my entire life. But it's the little things like that. Like so, Twin wants to eventually, once we get to the new homestead and we have the room, and not only do I want to train people the Minuteman, stuff. I'd like to get some people to come in and do mixed martial arts. Like I'm a blue belt. I can only teach you to the blue belt standards, but if I can get that ball rolling, I can get some people like Metal and other people to come train with us that have higher ranking belts and we can get some instructors in there. I just want to be the stepping stone for people to get into this stuff. That's my channel has started like that. When I started my YouTube channel, it was with all I wanted to do was help people that needed help to become a prepper. Like the world's a shitty place and a lot of people have families. I just want to show you just the beginning of maybe light that fire on that inferno for you. Like, damn, that dude Twin Arrows, man, you made some sense. What happens if the power goes off, babe? We don't have nothing to eat. Like we can't use our credit cards at the store. Maybe we should have some stuff put up. And if I told myself that from the beginning, if I can just get one person to be like, hey, this dude might know something and listen to me. And now they've benefited from it, or it may have saved their family from just a personal disaster. That's all I've ever wanted to do. And that's the same with fighting. I made some money off of it. Yeah. I was good at it. Yeah. Am I good at it now? I'm 46 years old. I'm in decent shape for my age, but I'm not a fucking professional MMA fighter. But I can show you some things that will put you on a path to where you can maybe be the best fighter ever. I don't know that. You don't know that, but that was all this ever started for. And that's all. I just want to help people. Like Twin is, I love helping people. I love being there for people. I love getting people through things that maybe they couldn't have got through without somebody. And that's martial arts is no different. Like if you can stop a woman from being brutalized and beaten and raped, we have sex traffickers. We can go down like the whole cartel in America and all the immigrants coming through the border that want to harm Americans and women and rape kids and do all this shit. If one of us knows just enough to get somebody to where they get some training that I can save one person or one daughter from being kidnapped or one woman from being raped or one man from being mugged, then it's all worth it. All the trolls on the live streams, all the time that I've taken away from the family to go do this stuff, it's all fucking worth it. Without sacrifice, there can be no victory. You have to make some sacrifices. So I try to, I know it's like sometimes it's like preaching to the choir, and sometimes it's like this dude's crazy. Like you talking to somebody in the grocery store, and they're like, that guy's got a bunker and guns, and he's just a crazy Trump supporter guy. But I got you thinking, didn't I? And you went back and got a couple extra cans of corn because now you're thinking, well, if something does happen, maybe I need to have this stuff. So there you go. That's what Twin does this for. I don't do this for the trolls, and I don't do it. Well, I do it for you guys. Like, I love you guys, but that's the main thing about being a martial artist is getting people on a path for self-preservation and self-security, because the cops can't always be there. You can't always carry a gun, and there's always going to be somebody that is training every day to hurt you. So why should you be any different?
Yep.
So.
What he said. No. So
I'm into this one, dude. This shit, you guys, when we started talking about this is a subject that is truly fuels 90% of the fire in my life, is keeping people safe, keeping my friends and family safe, random strangers. Like when you guys were talking about, let's do one on martial arts, like this is going to be a long one, and it's going to be fiery because Twin is very passionate about this shit.
yeah,
like
Johnny,
I do not
that's why it's a
take
long
this
one.
serious. Like I'm
Twin,
very serious about this.
Twin and I can go on for like 2 hours, like
Dude,
we
and
did the
that's
one
not
day.
even scratching the barrel. Yeah, that's
Right.
not even scratching the surface of what between me and Metal. We're not even scratching the surface tonight, guys. Like, this is just random shit that we're talking about and some self-defense stuff. But we could go in some places that it's like, yeah, that these dudes we're definitely cut from the same cloth, brother. That's for sure. And maybe one day
When
we
you
can
were
get together.
talking-
We can do some rolling. So
Hell yeah, man.
I'd love to.
When you were talking about the drunken system, doing the drunken fighting and drunken training, I actually studied drunken kung fu. I was studying Shaolin system. I was doing all the Shaolin stuff, but then I wanted to specifically do drunken as well. And when I go to class, my Sifu only lived half a mile from me. So most of the time I'd walk to class or jog, whatever. Anyway, whenever I would do drunken system, he would start off and give me these 2 little sake cups, and he made his own sake, his own wine. And I had to do the drunken forms and everything. And if I didn't spill a drop, my reward would be I could drink his sake in those cups and continue on. Let's just say it was very delicious and I wanted to keep drinking it. So I got really good, and I also got really wasted that he had to call my roommate to come pick me up. But you learn, like, it's almost like being in the Matrix. Like, you see all like the bullet time type stuff, after you've been doing that kind of stuff for years and years and years and drilling it and drilling it and drilling it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. It's like everything kind of like slows down and you can see things before they happen. It's like the weirdest thing.
Same with smoking THC. I love to smoke THC before I do rolls because it slows everything down. Yes, it slows your reaction time down, but it's muscle memory. It's no different than doing dry fire drills. If you don't, you should know. If you wear a battle belt, you should be able to close your eyes and grab everything off of it. Function everything, know where everything is. Martial arts is no different. You should be able to do that shit. You should know 6 moves ahead what you're going to do. Okay, I know this is what this guy's going to do because it's that people who know how to fight and don't know how to fight, the people that don't know how to fight broadcast what they're going to do. I can read what his body's doing. I can read what his eyes are doing, and I know what his momentum's going to be, so I can counter that momentum. That's what makes you a good martial artist. It doesn't matter how hard you hit. It doesn't matter your stamina, your physical fitness. It's like a real game of chess. You should know what the opponent's going to do before he does it, so you already have a counter for that. That's what makes brilliant martial artists, and it's just muscle memory. You do that shit a million times, but like Metal was saying, alcohol slows everything down, but it also physically and mentally affects you. You're not as fast, or you think you're going fast, or you think you're gonna, and you might just be 6 inches off, or you're goofy footed. You fall when you wouldn't normally fall. So it's great to be like that. But smoking THC before you roll, and it slows everything down. Like a lot of the great Brazilian jiu-jitsu guys that have, black belts with multiple stripes are THC smokers. They like to smoke before they go. And there's a lot of people that are advocating for it now. Like, hey, man, smoke a little bit. It slows you down. It helps with the pain. It helps with your thinking. Because I can focus. Like, I'm ADHD. You guys know I'm a fucking spaz. Like, squirrel, we got to go. I'll be halfway through a conversation with Mama Bear, and I'm just like, squirrel. And she's like, hey, stop. She's the one that can do it. She can do it. She'll grab me and be like, focus, motherfucker. Like, you got 8 projects going and none of them are going to get done until you focus on one. And I physically and mentally can't do it. I'm just like, all right, guns half tore apart. All right, that's off to the side. Let me go over here and start doing this. And I'm the same way in fighting. I've had to slow myself down. Like, I want to do this move 5 moves too early. And it's like, slow down, Spaz, concentrate, slow everything down. And once you can do that in like martial arts, martial arts helps with shooting. It helps with physical fitness. It helps with relationships. It helps with life problems. It gives you a way to know how to attack things. Like, and you know what I mean? It's just, I'm not going to rant about that, but if once you become a martial artist and really put your life into it, it changes all aspects of your life. Metal can attest to that. Like, you know what I mean? Once I started becoming a jiu-jitsu artist, I was like, I got to just be a better person. If I'm a better person, it's going to make me a better jiu-jitsuist. And if I'm a better jiu-jitsuist, then it's going to make me a better person. So it's like a big never-ending circle, but it just brings in everything. It's a lifestyle for this stuff. Just like you guys know with my life in the Minuteman. Like, there's guys out here that have a fucking room or a shed in their backyard and they keep all their stuff in there and they go out there for a couple hours a day and play with their shit and then they go back in the house. I literally live this shit. My entire life is built around being a prepper, being a Minuteman, being a martial artist. There isn't a whole lot left after that. Like, and I feel pretty fulfilled in my life being like this because I'm not an asset. I can help people. I'm not an asset to the crew. I'm a plus up, if anything. Like, hey man, that motherfucker's he can shoot long distance. Hey, if he knows how to do this, like, try to be a plus up on your life. Don't be a burden to somebody. And martial arts will help with that. So
couldn't agree more.
And just, like I'm just ranting, guys. I don't know if I'm sorry.
You're fine, brother. You're fine.
You're good. This is
like this. I'm very passionate about it, and I want to almost force feed everybody this info. You know what I mean? It's like, you fucking want to survive, then eat this. You know what I mean? But you just gotta approach them and be like, hey man, like it's just really good to know. So.
I think the other part of this that you want to end things quickly, right? Like, if everyone here is level-headed, everyone here has done everything they can to keep from having to put their hands on somebody, right? But once you go, it's 0 to 100, and it's one of those, and you go and you finish it, and you get the hell out of there. And kind of talking about the different environments and stuff like that, like, it's one of those, use the environment to your advantage. If you got some drunk ass being an idiot and there's a curb right behind them, sometimes just shoving them is enough. And then they trip on the curb and they go,
or even walking towards him, or even without even, because look, I got a story that happened to Twin too, and I'll tell you that here. Sometimes you don't even have to touch somebody. You can just walk towards them aggressively, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, what the fuck are you gonna do?" And when they step back, they hit the ground. Everybody laughs, and now they're gonna be really mad. Either A, they're just gonna be like, "Fuck, I'm too drunk to fight," or they're gonna jump up with anticipation, or "I'm gonna beat your ass. You made embarrass me in front of my friends." So that's a 50-50 crapshoot. But so go ahead, go, and I'll tell you my story after this, because I got fucked pretty hard.
Just saying that
I got fucked Johnny Depp hard. So. I was bouncing in a bar in Raleigh, okay? About 10 o'clock at night, man comes up, and the bar that I worked at, we had a dress code. No big solid chains, something you could wrap around, no basketball shorts, wife beaters. It was next to a really expensive steakhouse, so it was really, we tried to get the high-end clientele because it was an expensive bar. So I'm training a guy at the door. Got my little flashlight. Here's my little bouncer flashlight, and I talking to another guy who his name happens to be Justin. And I'm like, hey man, I shined at his shoes and his chain. I was like, we can't let him in. Well, his friend just went by. He was dressed appropriately. We couldn't let him in. So the guy comes, looks at me, and I'm like, look, man, I'm sorry, brother. Like, it's not my rules, but I'm paid to enforce them. Can't let you in. But if you go to your car, shit can the chain, and maybe change your shoes and your shirt, I'll work with you. I don't care about the shorts or all that shit. Well, this motherfucker starts screaming. Fucking redneck, racist ass motherfucker. You just won't let me in because I'm black. And I'm like, it has nothing to do with that. I just let 2,000 African American people in. And that's what got me the first was You fucking redneck racist. This is the most fucked up. I got money. And I'm like, bro, we know you do. Just go change. That's all I'm asking. I don't care if you take the bitch off and put it in the car. You just can't put it in your pocket because you still have it on you. So he's fucking yelling, screaming, and I'm in a little like corridor. It's like a little indention. There's a camera right here, and there's our front doors, and there's a huge line of people. I'm talking about 1,500, 2,000 people trying to get in this bar. And I'm like, look, bud, just get the fuck out of here. I told him 4 or 5 times, just get out of here, man. Just leave. Well, he wouldn't leave. Steadily calling me names, fucking calling people names. Now his friends come out at this time. So I'm like, look, dude, you got to go. And I'm like, you're hemming people up because everybody's wanting to watch what he's yelling at me for and not go in through the door. So I go to step towards him like I'm not physically pushing him, but I'm using my force and my size to kind of get him to get away from the door. So the camera can see the wall, but it's pointing this way. You can't see what happens after this wall. Right before he passes the wall, he looks dead at me and he was like, fuck you, white boy. I'm going to fucking kill you. And he reached for his waistband. When he reached for his waistband, I didn't even think twice. I fucking right to the side of the head, spun around, and he hit the ground. Okay. So I ended up getting charged with assault and battery because I hit him first. The cops came and they're like, I have it on camera, like him reaching for his waist. You can't hear what he's saying, but I have witnesses. People come out of the bar and they're like, no, big dude didn't do nothing. It was him. They fucking charged me with assault and battery. I go to trial for 5.5 years trying to get this assault and battery charge dropped, and they stuck it. The fucking jury found me guilty of assault and battery because I was so much bigger than him. He was intoxicated and on pain medication because he had just had surgery for cancer, but they didn't look at the fact that I've been shot twice, I've been bit twice, I've been run over by a car, I've had multiple things happen to me in the bar. But when he reached for his waist, they said he was going to pull up his pants because he anticipated an assault from me. And I got fucking charged with assault and battery. 2 years probation, bro. 2 fucking years of probation and $1,800 in fines for doing my job. So that is another thing. You have to pay attention when you guys are on the streets, especially if you're using a firearm. You can think you're doing the right thing, and sometimes doing the right thing ain't doing the right thing because you can, dude, literally, Mama Bear had went through this whole thing with me. He literally reached for his waist, and the DA was like, oh, no, he was pulling up his pants. My lawyer said, well, it looks like he was drawing a handgun or a knife. He told my client, fuck you, motherfucker, I'm going to kill you, and reached for his waist. Then my client hit him, and they stuck that assault charge on me. I'm getting it expunged, but I had to go through all that shit. I had to go to court for 5 years. I had the mental burden of having that weight, not knowing if I was going to go to jail for 60 days or if I would ever be able to own a firearm again or if I could ever carry my fucking concealed permit ever again. And just by fucking defending myself in a situation where I was paid to do so to the best of my ability, and I lost. So chew on that. It makes you not want to defend yourself because you're scared to go to fucking prison. If somebody comes running up and tries to kill you, you pull your gun out and shoot them, and then they give you a first-degree murder charge, and you're facing 25 to life, and you got 3 kids, a job, a fucking big-ass house, 4 or 5 cars, a mortgage, all that, and all that shit's fixing to go because you defended yourself, there's a problem with society. There's a problem. When a man cannot defend himself in a society, there's a problem with society.
Go ahead, happens. Metal. I'm sorry, buddy.
Go ahead, Metal. Go ahead, Metal.
Oh, I know. I have a very interesting story about bar fight. I had a buddy years ago, about 25-ish years ago.
Cheers, guys.
Who he lived. Skull. Y'all can't see me, but I'm drinking my Sazerac.
Sazerac.
But
he's drinking his Kool-Aid.
My buddy woke. I'm drinking my apple thoth, my apple juice.
Hey, girl,
but,
hey.
But no, he lived. We'll call him Tim for the sake of this story. Timmy lived above a bar. He lived in an apartment above the bar. Well, you come down his stairs and you can turn left and go into the bar, or you can walk right out the front door, his own entrance. Well, he went and walked into the bar, and he went down to grab a 6-pack, take it back upstairs. And some dude came up, and Tim was a Marine. Some dude came up and just started wailing on him. Like, Tim just paid for a 6-pack turn, and dude just hauled off and decked him. Well, Tim's like, I don't think so. He set the 6-pack back up on the bar and proceeded to defend himself because the guy was still throwing punches at him. Tim knocked the guy out, dislocated his jaw, like broke like the orbital in his eye, and the dude was out cold. Well, somebody called the cops. One of the guy's buddies called the cops, and the cops came. They arrested Tim, and they gave him a domestic charge because he lived above the bar. Now, tell me that isn't some bullshit.
It's bullshit, man, and it makes people scared.
He fought it, and he got off of everything because they have cameras around, and the bartender and everybody else said, dude was paying for his beer, and he was like turning to walk, and the dude decked him.
Yeah,
but the cops tried to charge Tim.
Yeah, that's correct. I thought I was going to jail for the incident at the Mexican restaurant where it would have been more of an assault charge like that. But as a bouncer, the company even was like, well, you swung first. And I'm like, he reached for his waist. They let me go. They told me it was on me. And then 6 months after the incident is when I fucking got the charges. My mom calls me and was like, hey, 2 sheriffs just came for you. Said they had a warrant for your arrest. I'm like, for what? Like, this is during COVID now. The incident happened July 26, 2019. I didn't get it finished until a couple years ago. You know what I mean? Like, it was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. So it was like, this is bullshit. And so you think being at the Mexican restaurant and swinging on a guy that just randomly hits you is you're going to go to jail. But working in a place where you are paid security, and like I told him, what would happen if he had a gun and he pulled a gun out and just started randomly shooting? And I did nothing. I'd be dead. Innocent people would have been wounded or hurt or killed. But I did something, and then everybody says I did it wrong. Like, why are you paying me to be a bouncer and protect these people if you don't want me to protect these people? You want me to let him draw a gun so then I have to deal with a gun and a person? Or do you want me to nip that shit in the bud to where the gun never is an issue? I prefer to do it before the gun's an issue. I've wrestled people with a gun. I've wrestled people with a knife. I've been shot twice in a fucking bar trying to escort a guy out. Like, that just made no sense. So every state's different. Learn your local state and laws. I'm trying to read the chat, like DJ said, like, and Pat and everybody, I'm trying to read the chat and still learn your state and local laws. Know what you can and can't do and when is appropriate time. I have it like another story. Working was a Friday night, got off work, asked my mom, and my Maddie was a little bitty baby, and my ex-girlfriend Mandy at the time, I was like, hey, look, let's not cook tonight. I was staying with my mom for a couple of weeks till our house was finished, and I was like, hey, look, let's not cook tonight. Let's just take mom and everybody out. So my mom was like, hell yeah, I'll go eat Chinese buffet. So Maddie was a little tiny kid. Mandy was coming home from work, and so at the time she carried a little 380, and I had a Glock 19. So I'm like, hey, I'll meet you up there with mom and Maddie, and you can just come up in the parking lot. So I'm in a big expedition at the time. So I go to pull into a parking spot, and this guy in a minivan cuts me off. Like, he pulls in real fast. So I slam on the brakes, and I'm like, what the fuck was that about? Like, just parking spots everywhere. My mom's like, not tonight, Justin. We got the baby, and we're going to have a good dinner. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Like, this kind of pissed me off. So I back up, pull down 4 or 5 spots, pull in. Well, I get out of the car, and this dude's fucking drunk, yelling, screaming. It's him and his buddy. And he's like, man, that was my goddamn parking spot. I'm like, look, bro, it's your parking spot. You can have it. So I'm getting my daughter out. My mom gets out, and Mandy pulls up. So I'm like, here, look, y'all. This dude, and at the time, he's reached in his car and got a buck knife. Big-ass buck knife. Big buck knife. Slams it on the top of his car. This is my wife's in that rest, blah, blah. And can't even remember all the shit he's yelling at me. I told Mandy and my mom, I said, y'all go in the restaurant. Let's go. Let's get away from here. So we get out of our vehicles. We pick the baby up. We go into the restaurant. Well, I see him grab the knife because this Chinese got the big, like, lobby with the fountain where you can throw change in with little fishes swimming. There's a set of doors right here and another set you have to go through. So my mom has got Maddie. Mandy's behind my mom, and they go through the first set. I go through the first set. Well, they go through the second set of doors. I grab the doors and pull them shut. Because I saw him grab the knife and he's coming in. Well, he is fucking screaming, yelling. He's got the knife in his hand. Well, when he turns the corner with the knife, my Glock 19 hits him under the chin. And I look at him just as serious as a fucking heart attack. And I'm like, I will shoot you in the fucking head. My wife and girlfriend, and I just said, my wife and kids and my mama is in that restaurant. I came in here to get away from you and you followed me. I will blow your fucking head off right now and go finish my dinner. And dude fucking, my wife's in there. So his buddy's like, hold up, grabs him, snatches him. So once they're out of the restaurant, I grab these two doors, shut doors and lock them. I go in the restaurant. They got cameras. The woman's like, I call police. I'm like, yes, please call the police. Police came, fucking mad amount of Raleigh cops. They come in, fucking guns in hand. They're like, who's got the guns? So me and Mandy, we put our hands up. Cop comes over, grabs my gun. And the Chinese woman's like, no. Him good guy. The other people. Well, his wife was in there getting food off the buffet to go. And she done took her food and slung it at the Chinese woman for calling the cops on her husband for chasing me into the store with a knife. So I fucking told the cops, I was like, man, like, I just thought I did what I was supposed to do. He said, bro, you did exactly what you're supposed to do, minus one thing. You should have fucking shot him. He was like, in North Carolina, if you try to attack me, I have to try to flee. Like, unless I'm at home or my place of business. If you come to my house, it's a castle doctrine. I don't have the duty to retreat. If you're in public in a parking lot, you had the duty to retreat to try to get away from the threat. If the threat follows you, you can then proceed to do self-defense. The cop looked right at me. We were watching the video and he was like, bro, he had that knife in his hand. And he was like, well, I see where you hit him with the gun. And like, I didn't just stick it at him. I fucking uppercutted him with it. Like it knocked his fucking teeth together. And I was like, I will blow your fucking brains out. I don't want to do this. I just want to eat some fucking Kung Pao chicken. Like I ain't trying to be in a fight right now. I just wanted some fucking Kung Pao chicken and some egg rolls, bro. Like you're pissing in my weed.
And call it a day.
Yeah. The dude grabbed him, pulled him out. The cop was like, you had every right then. When he crossed that barrier with that knife after you had an altercation in the parking lot, you could have defended yourself. And I was like, I did. And he was like, yeah, you could have shot him. And he was like, but I appreciate you not doing that because that'd have been a whole lot more paperwork. So that another story where I have been involved in something and all I was trying to do was eat with my family. So never let your guard down. Because they see the
gentle giant twin coming and the guy chasing him with the knife and the Asian people saw him with the thing and doing the thing. They're like, what the hell go on there with that giant man?
Yeah, I didn't pay for dinner that night. They gave us the whole meal for free. Unfortunately, the fucking Mexican restaurant charged me for my meal. Dude, I fucking did what your little pussy ass bouncer Mexican dudes in there couldn't do, and you still charged me for some tacos and a couple beers. Shit, you'd have had a free fucking. I'd have gave the dude free shit. Man, you just took the burden off my hands. The Chinese people are cool.
when that Mexican restaurant, you should have given them an upper decker.
I gave them a 1-star review and explained why I gave them a 1-star review. Great food, great place.
No,
I love it, but I was like, I had to fight in the parking lot, and y'all bitch asses didn't even give me my meal for free. So
no, upper decker, that's what they needed.
But that's what I was saying. Like, and Glory's still here. Maybe old Glory can pitch in on this. Being a big dude, you just get a lot of shit thrown at you. And maybe it's just me personally, but being 6'9", 200-300 pounds, everybody wants to fight with the big guy. Why? I ain't done nothing to you. I don't want to fight you, man. That shit hurts. Like my fucking knuckles are all fucked up. I got a scar on my knuckle right here. Okay. And got into a fight at a bar, bouncing, and didn't know it was bleeding. We cleaned our hands up and shit. And we cleaned our hands up and all that stuff. But I went home, and about 2 days later, my hand swelled up like a balloon. And I couldn't close my fist or nothing. And I didn't know what it was. I'm like, man, it just hurts. Like, didn't go to the doctor or anything. And about the next day, a little like blister came up. And when this little blister came up, I was being twin. I take out a little pocket knife. I'm like, I popped the blister and a piece of a tooth came out. Like a little white sliver of a tooth came out. And the pressure went off immediately. Like pus came out. And I was like, oh my God, wow, that was all that was? Like, holy shit. And just another random ass fight. And I got hurt. You know what I mean? Like nobody wins the fight.
Yep.
You might think you beat somebody's ass and because they're laying over there, you're going to fucking feel that shit like a car accident for the next 3 or 4 days. Third day is going to hurt the most. And you never win. And it takes a physical toll and it takes a mental toll. Because every time you got to afford that much energy, with that intention towards somebody, it just takes another little notch off of it. It's just a couple minutes less you're gonna live because it was so much the adrenaline dump, the physical, the fear, or the I don't even feel the fear. I feel like the adrenaline rush of like, oh, I just got into a fight. Like, yeah, like fuck yeah,
Now,
all that training,
Twin,
all that. You know what I mean?
you did MMA, and you fought
Yeah,
MMA, but you've also had
yeah,
fights in street life.
everywhere. Yep,
I
yep. And it's
never,
like
when I had adrenaline
it's a
dumps in
rush.
MMA fights, I didn't have like the lethargic. I wasn't like completely exhausted after MMA fights, but the real life fights, I was absolutely just
Ah.
destroyed, like so tired.
MMA fight, you pop a couple ibuprofen. They got most of the people in the stadiums had ice baths. Take a quick ice bath. I mean, it's amazing. Pop a couple ibuprofen. You pack your shit. You clean yourself up. You take a shower, and you head to the road to the next fight. Like for about 2.5 years, I just traveled around fighting different places, whether it be a real fight or some dude wanted to fight me in his backyard for $2,000. I've done a bunch of them. Like, dude had a video camera and was like, "Hey man, my homeboy said if you'll fight him for 3 rounds, he'll give you 2,000, win or lose." Okay, I got to make it to fucking South Carolina from Kentucky, and I've got like $100. You fucking right, I'm gonna take that shit. So if he beats my ass, I get 2,000, or I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna turn this motherfucker into cube steak, and I'm gonna take this money anyways. So I've done a bunch of those. Parking lots of grocery stores, like you name it, Twins pretty much fought in that position. Like it's just random shit like that just pops up. It's wild sometimes.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like so. But the adrenaline dump, like Metal was saying, the adrenaline dump off of a fixed, I don't hate you, you don't hate me. It's just business. The adrenaline
Exhibition
dump is
fight.
not the same. Yeah, exhibition. But a real street fight where, hey, if this dude doesn't stop, I'm gonna have to kill him. He might just kill me. The adrenaline dump's totally different. Like it's totally different. Like it's like when I saved a woman and me and a buddy of mine saved a woman and her child in a head-on collision. The adrenaline dump off of that was the most horrible adrenaline dump I've ever felt in my life. I cannot remotely the guilt, the just all this different feelings of just pouring in. It's nothing like a fight. Like a fight's just some random dude. And most of the adrenaline dump about a fight is just worried about the fucking police coming. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Ever since that shit with the bar, like I'm just like, man, it's not even worth it anymore. Like I'm still going to defend myself and I'm still going to do what I got to do. But then you just fear repercussions of that. It's like, so my life isn't worth protecting because you gave me a charge for that. So it's okay for him to kill me, but oh, hey, you can't defend yourself. You know what I mean? That's society problems. That's not problems of the people. Like that's
that bullshit.
That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. So, and that
bullshit.
That has made me not want to step in and help people because fear of the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, hey, fuck, that's not my problem anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, why didn't you help her? Well, because last time I tried to help somebody, I got fucking charges. I'm not doing that shit again. Like, it's not worth my freedom to help some random ass stranger. But in reality, it is. Like, if it's right, it is. If it's wrong and you think you're getting in trouble, step away, man. It's just not worth your freedoms. Like, and the God-given rights that can be taken away so quick, like your gun rights or your right to vote or anything. You know, you catch a fucking felony, your shit creek, and it can possibly be that from a fight. So,
well,
just watch what you do too.
These lawyers are tricky. You know, it's one of those like there's doing what's right and trying to help people out. And like you said, you know, getting hemmed up over some bullshit because again, these lawyers are tricky. Like I mean, when you got some asshat breaking into your house and I got a laceration on my arm because I crawled in through your window that I broke to steal your shit, and now you're gonna sue me because you're fucking retarded? Yep. Fuck off! What is wrong with you? No.
If somebody breaks a window to get into Twins' house, they're gonna get more than a laceration on their arm. They're gonna get ate by Sassy or Demon.
You just gotta bludgeon them.
200. Yeah,
you just gotta bludgeon them to death with like a freaking John E. Depth replica. Schlonger, you bludgeon them to death with it, and then you just tell the cops you thought they were there for the BDSM party.
That's right,
bro. My flashlight right here is bigger than John E. Depth. Ooh, gotcha. Now I had to throw it out. There's no flashlight. You gonna beat somebody with the flashlight?
It's the wrong color.
You know I love you, bro.
It's the wrong color.
Oh, well, here.
As Johnny Depp says, he's only black from the waist down.
Shit.
Sorry, Warrior. Warrior's like,
No,
wait a minute.
hey man, just hold up.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Now they talking about me. What's up with that? How the Warrior getting brought out with Johnny Depp? Well, hey guys,
Well,
let
you
me
see,
take
it
a
was
piss
a
right quick. Y'all
stormy.
take a chat for a second.
It was a stormy Wednesday night.
Them boys was talking about violence, and everybody got an erection.
Stop, twin. I can only get so erect.
Don't mess with the camera, man. If it hits the table, don't mess with the camera. Well, that's right. You're not on there, so it's all right.
Yeah.
But no, that was the main thing that fucked with me after, not the Mexican restaurant. That happened. Well, that happened after. So I was still dealing with the court stuff. Didn't it happen after the? Didn't the Mexican restaurant happen after the court stuff? Yeah, because I was still living on Farm Road. Yeah, so I almost didn't step in, but I figured when the dude made physical contact with my body that I had the right to defend myself. So, yeah, I know. I remember. And it's just like, damn, bro. But when you're working someplace and they tell you, hey, you're a bouncer, don't let this and that happen, and you don't, and then the company doesn't even take up for you. That's what got me go, was like,
Yeah.
man, you guys are paying me to do this, and then I actually do it, and like, so it wasn't like my boss and you have a head bouncer and then like another head bouncer at two different bars. They didn't want to let me go. When they called the lawyers and told them what happened, without the lawyers seeing the video, he was like, fire him. We can't cover him because he swung first. And they're like, but the guy was threatening him to reach for his waistband. He was like, it doesn't matter. That it doesn't matter. So I was like, so you guys just threw me to the fucking wolves. Two other bouncers got charged with assault because after I hit him, they ran over and grabbed him and like tackled him, even though he was out. They actually did more physical and property damage to him than I did because I only struck him one time. They got charged with the same charge. Theirs got dismissed. Mine proceeded. So I'm talking to a lawyer now to get it expunged, so it's not on my record. It doesn't affect me carrying a gun. It doesn't affect me owning firearms. It doesn't affect any of that stuff. But it's just on my record, and that's hard when you go to somebody at work. And like I went to Allied and applied to Allied, and they asked, so I didn't lie. I was like, yeah, I got an assault and battery charge, and I explained in detail what happened. Like, hey, he's reached for his waistband. I proceeded to only hit him once, and it affects stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and I wasn't gonna say anything to anybody about it, but it's like, man, I tell you guys everything. Like, Twin is so fucking transparent. I never thought I'd be such a private person, but put so much of my private life out for my people. You know what I mean? But like, I want people
literally
to
just took a pee off camera.
Yeah, I did, man. So it's like, I mean, I do. I mean, you guys know. I mean, Mama Bear and I, when we were asked to do our first live, we were almost embarrassed to do it. Like, and sometimes we still embarrassed. Like, guys, you know what I mean? When we woke up and we wake up and we might have the same shirt we had on the live before, or, we live in a camper. You hear my dogs barking, hear my chickens crowing. Like, I had to get up and go pee in the bucket. Like, that's I'm transparent. I want everybody to realize, like, it's okay to be like this. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Brother, you're
I don't
real.
live like this. Yeah, and I try to be real as I can. I live like this because I want to, and some people just can't fathom that. Well, why do you want to live in a camper? Why you take a crap in a 5-gallon bucket? Well, yeah, but I guarantee you, let's compare your bills to my bills. Let's compare how much fun I can have buying stuff for my guns compared to how much you can spend on your guns, because you got a car payment, you got a mortgage payment, you got to fucking do this, you got to do that, you got to have all the high end shit. We make a lot of sacrifices to live like this, a lot of comfort sacrifices, a lot of safety sacrifices. But in the long run, we're actually doing better than 99% of the population because we're already in the situation. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know how that transfers into martial arts, but like, just don't die. Let me put it to you like that. Just don't
easy.
die
You put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, so that way you live in that discomfort. You embrace the suck, literally.
I'm comfortable in the uncomfortable, if that makes any sense.
Exactly.
Like, I find comfort in my camper, and yes, I was up at 3:00 this morning because we were having thunder and lightning, and I live in a camper, man. We get flooded. Like, I have animals that have houses, and I have dogs, and I have chickens that have to be safe because of me. So it doesn't fucking matter if it's raining, pouring down rain and thunder and lightning. I still have to be here for these animals. It's uncomfortable. My life is totally uncomfortable, from work to living here to everything. It's all uncomfortable. but I've become comfortable in that uncomfortable. So when it really gets uncomfortable, I'm going to be a step ahead of the game. I hope. Or nothing happens and I'm just a dumbass for living like this for the last 20 years of my life. When I'm 20 years from now, if no shit hits the fan or the economy never collapses, then they're gonna be like, damn, twin, all them years you were uncomfortable. But if something happens, then I'm just like, guess what? Twin's already here. You know what I mean? Like I embrace the suck. I love it when it's raining. To go train. I love it when I hurt and at the point to about give up carrying my backpack and that heavy ass rifle and I'm pouring sweat and I want to go home and I miss my puppy and you know what I mean? But you keep pushing. And if you can do that, nothing can stop us. And that's what I'm putting my chips on. You know what I mean? I just keep moving. That's why I don't even know how my channel model came up always forward. But like, as long as you're moving forward, you're good, man. It might be the snail pace or you might be running a marathon. But as long as you keep moving forward, then your life is meaningful to something. You know what I mean? Like when you start going back and bitching and complaining and giving up the gym and I don't want to do this anymore. I give up. Nah, that's not how Twin is. Like Twin's not a quitter, bro. Like I said, man, if Bill's on here, you fight like you're the third monkey on Noah's Ark, and brother, it's raining. Like you better start swinging.
Yes, sir.
Life don't give a fuck. And the last 3 years we've been on the homesteads. This will be the third year, and I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. I am grateful to be here. I'm humbled to be here. I'm humbled to have all you guys on my live chat, my friends, the acquaintances I've made through all this, like the help people have done for Mama Bear and I can never be repaid. Like I cannot explain to you guys last January to the January before. Like this January was so much easier. Last January, it about killed us. Like we were literally at rope's end with life, and it was just like we need to change. And Mama Bear just said for real. Like I don't know if y'all can hear her, but and it's just like you got to bring that whole situation with like fighting. Like you're doing it to change your life. You're doing it to make your life more meaningful, not just for your personal protection or for your ability to protect somebody else. Once you start training and you get that consistent and that dedicated to something, and you learn that you can do that, and you can focus, and you're like, man, I can do this. Then it's like, hey, if I can do this here, why can't I do that at work? Like, or my relationship with my wife. Like, I'm going to go full bore, and I'm just going to do this because I fucking did it in martial arts, and I know my brain, and I'm physically able to do this. Now I want to try it in this aspect of life. Or my faith, your faith in the Lord, your faith in whatever religion. I can go full bore, and I can put that much dedication and energy into it, and this is what I get out of it. It just all transpires from there, man. Like, but martial arts started that for me. Like, you start going balls to the wall, like going to the gym. When I go to the gym, I go to the gym. Like when I'm training, I'm fucking training. When I'm at home, I'm at home. You know what I mean? Like I try to give all that is like that drive. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's hard, especially when you're depressed, when you don't want to get up in the morning and you don't want to go train. But you know what? There's somebody out there every day who gets up like clockwork and does his workout and he does his training and he's doing that so he can come kill you. So why should you be any different? Damn, Louis is speechless. Damn, I ain't preaching to like that.
He's over brother. There dropping the mic and shit.
Nope, gotta go, bro.
That's right. So first of all, Twin, man, first you were always, you and Mama Bear, and I know Mama Bear's right there next to you. You're always,
she's up there on the bed.
Y'all are so humble, and you're always talking about all the stuff that people do for you, and you underplay that because you do so much for everybody. Both of y'all do, and I've said it before. I've said it on your live. I've said it on mine. You know, when y'all started doing more regular lives back in like November, December, January, and stuff like that, it was your lives that were helping me get through a bunch of shit in my life. And it's one of those and you were just doing what you were doing, but I'm telling you the impact it had, and I guarantee I'm not the only one, man. And so like it's
that is humbled us, man. Awesome. Like it is. We Mama Bear and I will be driving down the road, man, and we'll just start talking like, why us? Like, what did I do to help anybody? But if getting up in the morning at 6, 7 o'clock and jumping on this little raggedy ass phone and talking to you guys does that, I will never not do that. my mission technically is accomplished. I've helped you. I've helped Adrian do some stuff. Everybody gets on the live. Everybody's had something they want to talk, and I've vented and been needing money and just somebody's attention to talk to for a minute to understand my issue. And you guys have been there for me. So I I love you guys, and that's twin being honest. Like I love you guys. Like I look forward to talking to people. I look forward to seeing you guys. Every day I talk to you in metal. Like and I get on Signal with DJ and Fatty Westside and Modern Frontiersman. I email Jay. I got Jay's phone number. I got Mac from Mac Everyday Survival. I talk to him. Like it's humbled me. The last year has humbled me, and YouTube has humbled me. A lot of people get on YouTube and they get big headed, man, because you're like, oh man, all these people love me. I'm Twin Arrow Survival. I walk around with my chest out. I'm the exact opposite. I'm like, why do these people love me? I'm just a normal dude that knows a little bit of stuff. No, man, I'm no by far not a fucking expert on anything I'm telling you guys. I'm just telling you what I feel and what I think. Like it's just my opinion, and you guys can take it with a grain of salt, or you can be like, yeah, he's right. But it's humbled me so greatly from hearing just you, ACR. When you first told me, like, man, my dad, like, you got me through that, and I'm like, but what did I do? Like, but I guess just keeping your mind off of it, and like, but in return, it's like, man, I'm blessed to have this. I'm blessed to be here with you guys and have the ability to do this and have the for lack of better words, the soapbox to stand on and to tell everybody, hey man, this maybe you might need to do this, you know, maybe. And like I don't remember who told me this. They were like, brother, you're on a soapbox. Like if shit hits the fan, we're not in the fighting stages. We're in the stages right now where you're on the soapbox. You're telling the people what's coming, and whether they believe you or not, that's only up to them or God. But you're doing the right thing. So I just took it and ran, like, you know what I mean, and never looked back. I'm just so greatly humbled to have this in my life. Like YouTube and you guys, not even YouTube, but the people that I have met off this platform has changed my life 360 degrees. Twin is not the same person he was 2 years ago. And I attribute that to y'all, which you guys have made me a better person. And for that, I'll ever forever be grateful because Twin's had a rough life. But being that I now have people that need me, about lack of better words, or look up to me or look for me for guidance or anything, dude, that has made me a totally different person. It's brought back the old me that I missed for so many years, and I attribute that just to this platform right here, and you guys. Like, and that's from my heart. That ain't no mixed martial arts. We're not talking about anything. That's a totally different subject. But that is Twin from his heart saying how much this has changed me. So, I mean, I love it. Like and I'll never not do it. Like I'll be forever. You know what I mean? Until I can't do it anymore. Like it's not just you guys. It's you guys have made Twin a way better person. Like I live to help people now. Like instead of being a fucking recluse and fuck the world, you know, I got that FTW tattoo and it's like I didn't care about anything. Now I'm like, man, I got people that love me and I can be loved. Because my mom and them, they didn't do all that shit with me. Like I grew up on the fucking streets. 10 years old, I was riding a bike all through North Raleigh. I never had parental vision or anything. I just did what the fuck I wanted to. And that wasn't the best path in life. But now I have like a path and it's like, I got to do this. And I want to be better and I want to build a bigger homestead and I want to build a bigger community so my people can have a place that they know they can come and be safe. So I guess it does reach back to martial arts. But anyways, enough of the
it's the path of Takakare.
Yeah. Explain, please.
First martial art that we studied, the one that you and I were talking about the other day that I'm not going to bring up
Dr.
on the live.
Jeffrey Ingram. Yeah.
Yes.
Dr. Ingram. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's where I got that.
I forgot. Yeah. Man. Yeah. Like that one, that's for another live. This live is a little bit different. That's a totally different beast. Like that's a totally different beast. But
maybe we'll get into that on the podcast.
Hey, there we go. Bam. Light bulb off. Now we got something to talk about on the podcast. That would be a good one. And also, if I can get my MMA coach Adam to possibly join us on a Whiskey Wednesday or a podcast, because he's got a YouTube channel, Adam Song MMA. You can see me on there big old ball motherfucker get my ass whooped. And he'd be great to talk about too. And he studies under Dr. Jeff Ingram too. So it's all.
Oh, no way.
Like, so not to bring it up, but to bring it up, me and Metal studied a certain martial art under the same people. We just didn't know it.
In the same family.
Until one day-
We're like cousins in this martial art.
Yeah, we're like cousin in this martial arts. But we didn't even know it till one day we were just bullshitting. And he was like, hey, and I said something about, he's like, hey, I do that too. And I'm like, what? And I started naming names. And he's like, yes, I know all these people. I'm like, well, why don't I know you? Are you a Fed? No, I'm just fucking.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, shit. The
Only
truth
from the
comes
waist
out.
up.
Ah, touche.
Damn it, boy.
Because it is a proven fact that 100% of feds have wives that have boyfriends. And that's consistent with all my previous podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Johnny Depp knows all about that.
Oh, yeah. Jody. Got that Jody. Where's Jody? As you're coming in the front door from deployment, he's leaving the back door.
Remind me to tell that story on one of my lives.
Yes. Well, I had a buddy who he was a Marine, Force Recon Marine. His name is Jody. It's Jody. And he said his drill instructor gave him so much shit. He said it was the first day of boot camp and they're standing out. He was like, look, gentlemen, we don't have to worry about Jody fucking our wives and girlfriends because he's here with us. And I was like, he said, after that, he's like, dude, I was fucked. He said, but I'm glad I was because now look at me. But I was like, dude, he said, we don't have to worry about him fucking our people. He's here with us. I was like, damn. Talking about getting played out, bro.
Oh my gosh. Well, so we are coming up on 2 hours, and we always say that we're going to do an hour, but I think, quite frankly, this could be an 8-hour topic, and I think
we could not even scratch the surface.
Yeah, for podcasts and other lives and stuff like that. I know I think we touched on all the notes that I had, and again, this was definitely more of a tip of the hat to our brother Twin, and his experiences and the value of martial arts, because it's one of those. It makes you better. It makes you better.
Not just in fighting, but in life, and the whole aspect. And also, one thing that we had on the notes that we didn't touch about is physical fitness. I'm going to put it to you like this: fucking get fit or die. Enough said. There's no way else way to put it. You can fucking eat potato chips and be a fat ass and sit on your couch, but you're going to fucking die. Either get in shape or you're fucking going to die. So now we hit on that. That's all you need to say about that. But no, sorry, sir. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Just get fucking fit or die.
It's as simple as that.
And I'm not talking about gunfights. I'm talking about you just being in shape and not being mortally obese and being able to walk to the fucking car and not be out of breath, or in 2 years you have a heart attack. It ain't got nothing to do with the martial arts, got nothing to do with the gunfight. Your physical health depends on it. But now when you start getting into shape, it'll affect everything else just like the martial arts. You'll be able to do everything better. You can lift water. You can do your chores on your homestead. So, but now we're done. So I apologize. But just get in shape or fucking die.
Yep. And you know, because it's one of those, like there's this guy.
There's no easy way to put it.
If he's watching right now, I bust his chops every day. Every single day. I'm like, hey man, like you've been paying for a gym membership for how long? Like I was like, here's what I want you to do. Fucking give me that money. You know, because you're not just go, because it's one of those, like, no one will ever, all right. If you're trying to go out and get fit and be better and someone is being a dick, please let me know. Please let me know, because you know, you're trying to do what you can to be better, to be healthy, and you've got to start somewhere. It's not, you don't get to take some magic potion and be fucking fit and fast and strong. It's hard. And the reason it's hard is because if it was easy, everyone would be fucking perfect.
I was just about to say, if it was easy, everybody would do it. I tell Mama Bear that. I said, remember, when we be lifting weights and she saw, I'm like, just think, remember, if it was easy, everybody do it. We're not everybody, are we? And she'll fucking start pulling it again. You know what I mean? That's the best way to put it. Like,
yep. so it's one of those, and you know, the martial arts help. It's one of those like that, the stretching and the endurance and the conditioning and the fighting. It's all a great way of getting more fit and healthy. And then you're going to want to do more. You're going to want to lift weights. You're going to want to run. You're going to want to do all the things to be better, because you know, backpacks are heavy. So,
Yes.
you know, and so it's just about being better, and it's just one more skill set, and maybe that's the drive, because I know as we get older it's so much harder. You were just saying it, man, like you're in your upper 40s like me, and so it's one of those, we're creeping closer to 50 than we are to 40. And so whatever that is to help you be in better condition, just go do it. Like, and you've just got to start. Like, you can't, don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till tomorrow.
Because tomorrow's not promised, guys.
No.
And there's people out there that would give anything to be in a position to go to the gym and just work out, or just to be able to walk to their mailbox, or just to be able to have another day with their loved ones. Don't take that shit for granted. Be grateful you can get up every morning. You have a food in your belly, a roof over your head, and you have a way to go work out. You can go grab one of your many rifles out of your gun rack. You can go grab one of 6 chest rigs. Don't ever take any of that shit for granted. Be humble, be kind to people, and try to do better for you. And when you start doing better for you, it'll be contagious, and a lot of people will want to do it.
That's it. Metal. Absolutely. Twin and I have been running our mouths this whole time. We're starting to think you're a mute, man.
I'm sorry, Jeff. Guys. I'm just real passionate about it, and like I get you guys. I guess the people that watch YouTube channels, they can tell when I'm passionate about something, because I'm like pouring that shit into it. Like, I want everybody to feel how passionate I am about it, and I know it's not possible for everybody, but like I just want people to know, and like it, and this goes out to everybody. I know I have people in other states, other countries, all around the world that follow us, all of our channels. They join us on our live daily. If anybody wants to train and you have a way to get to me, I will be helpful. I will help anybody I can. If you just come for a couple hours, I can show you as much as I can cram into you. If you want to shoot, we can shoot. If you want to ruck, we can ruck. Or if you just want to come sit in the camper and talk to Twin to get you through a rough spot, the invitation is always open for everyone.
I'm totally sitting here like a gecko, watching the screen and watching the chat, Robert. So
yeah, I keep looking over, and it's like I'm watching the chat. I haven't read the chat, and I apologize to the chat for not engaging the chat, but like I'm very passionate about this. It's like I feel everybody should have a little bit of training in that. Just if you, a lot of people don't want to carry a gun. A lot of people don't want to carry a knife. Then get some training, please. Just please go learn to use your hands a little bit. If you have to get on the line and do the internet, and you don't want to go to a school or anything, if you want to get on the internet and watch, I can point you in the direction what to watch. If you need techniques and you want to learn the little shift in your shoulder, or the 6 more inches up that you went could cut that carotid artery off, or how much pressure to put on somebody, feel free to reach out to, because I can answer as much as I can on email, or I'll give you my number. But sooner or later, you're going to have to do some hands-on, and I'm open mat. If anybody wants to come and roll, do some training, I have an open mat policy, free of charge. Same as firearms. If somebody wants to come learn how to shoot and doesn't have a firearm, or wants to just learn some tactics, it's all open mat for everybody. So just know that.
Awesome. You had a couple things I wanted to throw out here. Whenever you are studying forms of combat, hand-to-hand combat, martial arts, make sure that you're not just setting yourself up in a one-trick fashion. You're not just studying boxing. You're not just studying wrestling. You're not just studying jiu-jitsu. Give yourself something that allows you to be able to kick on a low line below the waist. Give yourself something that's going to allow you to block and defend and check and parry and strike. Give yourself something like that. Give yourself something that's going to give you the ability to be able to throw and do locks and things like that. Get something studied up that's going to allow you to do grappling. Basically, like his Society of Goon shirt says. It says right there.
Get strong and efficient in violence.
Strong and efficient at violence. I say be a person who has a monopoly on violence and gives no ground to your enemy. You don't want to give ground. You want always forward.
Always forward. Always rule the battlefield, no matter what the battlefield brings.
And small
Always be the
victories are
one that-
fine. They're still victories.
Yep. Still a victory.
And always remember, rifles and pistols are simply just tools.
Small tools.
Blades
Small
are
tools.
just
Small
small tools. You are the weapon, my friends. You are the weapon.
Yep.
Train the most important weapon you have, which is yourself. Your mind and your
You got
body.
a supercomputer right there. Smartest thing in the world is the human brain. But if you don't have heart, the brain does no good. So
You got to
FYI,
practice and
Johnny
drill.
Depp does not have a small tool. He wanted me to tell you that.
well, I was going to say, just not to interrupt you guys, but to hit on what Metal just said. How many of us have a gun safe full of guns? So you have multiple tools, right? You have, say, a 22 for small game. You have a shotgun for birds. You have a high-power rifle for deer. Why would your arsenal of mixed martial arts be any different?
Yep.
Multiple tools, man. Multiple tools. You don't want just one form. You're not going to shoot a fucking deer with a 22, or you're not going to shoot a squirrel with a 50 cal. Have multiple tools in the toolbox to help you succeed in your goals and your mission. And I honestly think martial arts does that. So, yes, we do need to do a meetup. There's a couple people said do a meetup, but man. Yes, if we that's one thing I wish we could all do is do a meetup, man. If we could all get together for like a weekend, that'd be Cobra Kai. No mercy.
Right. So not for a shameless plug here. It's a fucking 3-inch Punisher, still a Punisher. That's a low blow, Warrior. That's bullshit. Whatever.
Hey, did y'all hear about the guy? I heard this on the radio today. Not to go off subject, but I was driving to work this morning and heard there was a dude at the Diddy parties they called the Punisher.
I was
Look it
not
up.
there. I was not there.
Dang. Well, but I heard it on the radio. They're like, there was a guy at the Diddy party called the Punisher.
Was that?
Man, that made me
well,
throw
no,
up
that
in
was
my mouth.
was that Big Pun, Big Punisher, the rapper?
All they said was it was a stripper or a like porn star that they called the Punisher. That was a fixture at every Diddy party.
Well,
Wow.
huh?
So yeah,
Maybe he's the reason they had the baby oil.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp only likes the girls. So
Yeah.
this has been a fantastic.
It's been a good
live.
one, guys.
I
Yes, it has.
want to thank again our special guest Justin, Twin Arrow Survival, and
Thank
we're going to
you.
do a special thanks to Mama Bear because y'all two are partners and it's
And we love you.
Yeah, we love you.
Yeah,
And then of course Metal for hosting everything.
Thanks for having me. Yeah,
Setting
Metal,
all
you
this
just
up.
brought it.
Metal's the genius behind all this. I'm just the fucking clown shoes, and so but no,
You read,
wrong,
dude.
right?
You're the squeaker nose, bro. You're
That's not all that's squeaking. Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
Daddy's been
yeah.
drinking.
Daddy's been drinking.
what worse. Oh my gosh, is the
It
is the
busted
guy
him right there.
Oh God, this is.
This has been an epic live, guys. This is gonna go down in like
It's been awesome.
the Whiskey Wednesday fucking live chats, bro. We knew it was gonna be a good one with us three.
Oh yeah.
You know, we knew it was gonna be a good one.
So we were talking about meetups. Just a shameless plug here. There is going to be an ACR Protect Randall's Little Adventures Texas meetup in November. It'll be mid-November. I will post the date this probably Friday when I do my live. And so if you're available to make it, it would be awesome. It's a fantastic location. It's going to be at Mill Creek Park. Twin, you want to go wrestle an alligator? There'll probably be some there.
That'd be
And
cool with me.
it's not me painted green. It'll be.
No, I'm cool with that.
That's
Like,
not his tail
yeah,
you're
I'm
grabbing.
Ah!
I've been scarred.
Dude, Hey, if it's scaly like that, you might need to go see the doctor, brother.
We need meds, stats.
Bad antibiotics, a saw. Let's get this thing off of him. It might grow back. We don't know.
Wait,
Like it's Johnny Depp.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be in. I don't know if I'm supposed to
That's
say this
awesome.
yet. I think I was given the okay. I not to give exact dates or exact places, but in September I will be in Texas with Light Fighters at Brent 003's new property doing a training with Brock from Light Fighters. I'm not giving specific dates or a specific place, but I have been invited, so I'm probably going to try to get down there just to. Why I have to be. I have to be there. Like I have to be there. So I'll be there in September. So look out for videos on that.
Watching Brent Zero's is it 0331? Is that
Yeah.
0331 Infantry Marine.
USMC. Yeah.
Watching his video where that is East Texas. I know Randall's very familiar with that area. It is a different part of the country, and it's one of those.
Well, I lived in East Texas that's when I moved to Texas. I lived in East Texas, so
yeah,
it's more like North Carolina. It's not like where I'm going with Big Bearded Warrior, and that's totally opposites for what I've been told.
Yeah.
So
it's and then even in September, I mean, Texas is hot all the time, so it's muggy, it's hot, and it's not to scare anyone away. It's one of those when you go there, you don't have enough water. That's all I'm telling you.
No,
you don't have enough water.
I've lived in there. I lived in East Texas, and I live in North Carolina. The weather is considerably the same, minus the fact that Texas has worse thunderstorms than North Carolina has. So, but I'm really psyched, man. Like I talked to Brock from Light Fighters, and he was like, "I got to get you there. What will it take?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. Like life is hard. I have a homestead. I have animals and a wife and kids, and like it's not that easy." And he was like, "I have to have you there." And I'm like, "I got you. Well, let's do some logistics and see what we can figure out." Just like I'm going with Big Bearded Warrior. I'm just going. Like my brother needs me, and I'm going. So God will take care of the rest. You know what I mean? So, but please keep an eye out. Like towards the end of the year, when that happens, I'm going to have some hellacious videos. So I'm really excited about. And I just want to meet Brent 0031. Like I've been a follower of him for fucking 12, 15 years. To be able to train on his property and meet him, I'm going to be like fanboying from YouTube. Oh my God, can I have your autograph? like you can't help it when it's a channel that big, just like the big channels like Grump Proof that popped in on my live and then shared my live on his channel. Dude, I was fanboying like a motherfucker. When Alpha Charlie Concepts, Hawkeye, showed up to my live chat,
right?
I was fanboying it. Like I even shut the camera off and was like, Mama Bear, Alpha Charlie, and they heard it. Like fucking Light Fighters heard it, was like, bro, I got a kick out of that. I had to call him and tell him. He was like fanboying your shit. But like I followed these guys. These are the guys that got me in my Minuteman journey. Like those are some of the big channels that I've been like Grunt Proof and Brent 0031, Alpha Charlie Concepts, Light Fighters. Me and Light Fighters, I met Light Fighters when he had 34 subscribers.
Oh,
and now look at him. So I've been with Brock for a long time. Like he put a post on Facebook one time and was like, "Hey, I think I'm going to shut the channel down. It's not biting like I thought." And I got on that thing and was like, "Please don't." Like I look for your videos. Like I need these videos because I'm on my journey and I'm learning from this. And he was like, "Well, I'll give it another shot." And he mentioned something to me the other day about that. He was like, "I remember when you texted me when I had like 30 subscribers and told me not to quit." He's like, "I'm at 10,000 now." And I'm like, "Bro, see, like." But look at my channel and the stuff that all these other channels like Pat sent me some of the most gangster stuff I've ever had in my life, man. A magazine with my channel logo, that is fucking dope. And the coin, I have a challenge coin from Twin Arrow Survival. Like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, wow,
yeah.
Like that's in one of my most prized possessions. Like I have gold and silver. I love that challenge coin. You know what I mean? Like that's.
I do need to get you a bottle of Tin Man pucker powder.
Oh, I need some. I need
to get you guys some pucker powder.
We need it. And man, the swamp ass we get in North Carolina right now, we need the pucker powder bad.
Right. So
right.
There are so many good channels, in the chat, so many channels
we can spend hours.
That we
I love them all, bro.
And it's one.
And don't underrate ours. We are some great channels. Metal, we give solid information from the poor and the normal people. Like I'm the poor person, y'all the normal, well, slightly normal, but like
What are you talking about? I'm not normal.
No, but we give them information from the
I have a
everyday.
Batman mask hanging on my wall. I'm definitely not normal.
I'm Batman.
I have
But yeah, like we give them the information.
Ego that's a porn star. There's nothing normal about me.
Oh, dude, that was misworded, I guess. So, but man, like we teach people shit, and it's like to learn from like guys that've been in the infantry, Marine Corps for 20 some years. Like that little bit of shit helps. Like, but we can't play our channels down either, man. Like we're some good dudes, bro. We put out some good information. Like I'm proud to see where your channel came and your channel and my channel, like all the other, like, dude, we've grown together. Like the growing pains have been together. Like we kind of just took off because I started doing live chats and I connected with everybody and we all just started doing our shit. And like, there's power in numbers, man. And we definitely got some numbers coming, guys. Like, and I only see it going up for all of us from here. Because the only way you look down on a brother, anyways, is when you're reaching down to help him up over the fence, bro. You got to help him up, man. Don't never look down at your people. You keep them like, and always be humble.
Twin and I connected about 2 years ago on the Warrior Collective.
The Warrior Collective, yep.
And we were messaging back and forth. Reaper had control of the channel, but I was on there mixing it up. And we were commenting back and forth. And then he followed me over here on to TinMan. And I'm like,
my channel
has a channel. I never realized it.
Yeah, but it was
I never realized that.
40 people. Yep.
Yeah, and so I followed his channel and I'd watch his videos and stuff, and we'd comment back and forth and stuff. And then one day out of nowhere, I just saw his live, and I was like, "Well,
fuck,
hop on there and see what it's about."
Yep.
So Metal, what's up, brother? You know, well, he is the one that inspired me to start going and doing the lives. I was at the point where I was like, you know what? I love the YouTube, but like I'm more into the podcast.
Yep.
Like that's my jam.
Yeah, because you're good at those podcasts. I love
so now, because of that guy, I'm doing both.
Yep.
So it's thanks to Twin that I'm doing what I'm doing.
I appreciate it, man. And but you're great at it. Like I can't wait to be on the podcast. Like I listened to that last episode, man, and we were talking about getting on here today. Like, you know, you remind me of, you got them Christy vibes. You know what I mean? Like the risky Christy vibes. Like, and sometimes I'm listening, I'm like, is this metal or is that actually risky? Because you guys sound similar. It's like, I love that shit. And I've never done a podcast. I want to do a podcast, so I'm gonna give my little cherries to Metal because I'm taking the first podcast I'm ever gonna do. I'm gonna do a Metal.
Yep.
We've been brothers for 2 years, a long time. So that's the one I'm going with. But you know, and you've inspired me to, once I get a shed to where I can put my YouTube studio, I'm gonna start a little fucking Twin Arrows podcast. I have, with your help, and you know, we'll talk about things and shit. I don't know yet, but it's in the works.
We've talked about how I can help with production and stuff like that too.
Help with all that shit. Yep, help me get it all going, get it started, and because like I said, we're the time right now with. It's not if something's going to happen; it's when it's going to happen. And right now, guys, we're on the soapbox. We're the ones out here putting information out. We're the ones reaching people, and we need to keep that in consideration of all the shit that's going on. Like we need to keep that in consideration. Like, man, we got to do this. Like we have the ability. We have the means to do this. We need to be the ones getting people ready. We need to be the ones telling people that, hey, this is what's going to happen. No matter what, it's not if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. And it's up to us to make sure that as many people we can get ready as we can. So, and
we're the ones to light the signal fires to say that Gondor needs aid.
Man. Yeah, like, or the British are here, the blueberries are here. You know what I mean? Pick your poison. Like
blueberries. Wait, what?
Blueberries. Oh, I like you already know how I feel about them blueberries. Can't wait for them fuckers to show up.
I was about to break all the YouTube laws when you said blueberries. I was like, I'm looking out my windows like my rifle's right there. Let's go fucking shoot some blueberries.
Now, that's the problem. I really don't care if they cut the live at that situation. If I look out and that's what's happening, bro, like my shit is right here.
Sorry, right kids. There, Daddy's got to go to work.
Yep. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. But no, like, so it's up to us. And I want to just put out that it's a privilege to do it with you guys. Like this is a privilege And I'm grateful to have people like you, and I'm grateful to be in this situation, in this movement, for lack of better words, with all these guys and all you guys, man. You know, I talk to y'all every day. It's just, I just wanted to make sure that you both knew how much I appreciate everything you've done and we're going to do together, as well as all the people on the chat. Can't push it up, but I appreciate everybody on the chat. I can't tell you guys how much I love you and how much you mean to me. And you guys let me know how much I mean to you, and it's mutual. So I love you guys, and we're going to be rocking this shit hardcore in the next few months. Twin's about to go crazy balls to the wall on videos and stuff. So it's going to be
ACR
badass.
I'm sorry, Johnny Depp did balls to the wall one time, and he almost got arrested.
Hey man,
It was at a truck stop.
I screwed up and I said ACR because I remember there. So I have this neighbor, and she was kind of hot, and yeah. So apparently, you know what's frowned upon? Doing naked blowfish on your neighbor's fucking picture window.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
He's only registered in 6 states now.
I need to be in all 50.
Damn it, boy. All right, cut it now. Daddy's drinking.
And that's a wrap. Cut.
That's a wrap, folks.
She's moved.
My channel's going down.
Metal just lost 6 pounds.
Get on the fires and call dogs, boys. That's a night.
They just killed 3 channels with one blow.
Wait, blow? Hold on. Whoa! What?
What?
And the innuendo keeps flowing.
The cop said, "You got any drugs in the car?" Not no more.
Not no more, man. Why you want some?
Oh
hell
my
yeah!
God.
I can't believe that cop came. I can't believe there's a sheriff in North Carolina with a fucking cucumber on his arm. That's just go. I tried to take a picture, but he wouldn't let me.
What a wuss.
He's a cool dude, though.
Wouldn't let you take a picture of his arm?
No, he's like, man, I have. That's what I said. Well, computer just died, but it's dead. Sorry. But man, like I said, guys, it's been a great live. This is one's going to go down in history.
For sure, it's been awesome.
History, and I hope it helps somebody just get something to do, man. Take it with a grain of salt. Well, you guys should get right. Go do some mixed martial arts. Get some kind of martial arts training. You can take kung fu. It don't matter. Just go get your fucking fist in there and do some shit. And you see how much it switches to other things in your life. So, and consistency.
Absolutely.
Consistency is key to being fit, to doing the martial arts, to do the gunfighting, to do the training. You got to be consistent, because keep at it. You never know when the shit's going to hit the fan and you're going to be on it. So
it's been
stay with it.
Awesome night.
It has been awesome live, guys.
Awesome.
And Twin, stick with us here. After we end the live, we'll switch over to the green room real quick for a recap.
Yep.
Johnny Depp wanted to make sure all the ladies knew to come and take it.
I'm still drinking the old cheap redneck beer, Keystone, baby.
Oh, Keystone Light. It's better in the can because of the special lining. I remember that from the commercials.
What the hell are you talking about, special lining? What, they got something in there?
At least that's what they got my fucking 16-year-old ass. They're like, I was like, oh, what? So it should be okay because it has a specially lined can. Like that's
Yeah, so my dad can't tell when I come in drunk. Pull the refrigerator over on myself.
Yeah, my dad knew my retarded ass was drunk plenty of times.
Oh yeah. Well, my dad
up there right now. He's up there right now watching, going, he's retarded. He's adopted. He's definitely.
Daddy's drinking.
Hey, would you still love me even though I'm a little fucked up? Can you take care of me even though I'm retarded?
No, he's.
I'm just messing with you.
I'm only 7% retarded. That's what they say now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! So this has been epic. Another epic
been amazing.
live.
Been epic.
Again, special thanks to Twin, Justin at Twin Arrow Survival, Metal.
Thank y'all for having me.
It's always awesome. This is a great time. Thank you both. If you have not,
thank you, sir.
Oh wait,
I'm a nobody.
I may be at master control, but you're the MC, so.
Well, I just what Major Cock? I was in the Coast Guard. They don't have that. That doesn't say Captain.
Oh, in the Coast Guard and in the Navy, they have a whole lot of that, is what I heard. I heard in the Coast Guard and the Navy, there's plenty of that in there.
Wow, it's getting deep. It's getting deep.
Getting deep now, baby.
Twin's the only one that can walk to shore because he's 6'9".
Shit. I had a buddy. Well, before we go, I worked for a guy, and he was in the Navy, and he was sanding a picket. He had sandpaper, and he was going like this on the picket. I said, "You do that really nice." He said, "Yeah, I was in the Navy." Dude, I fucking lost it, bro. I lost it. I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I was in the Navy." I was like, "Oh shit." Anyways, we're gonna get off here because
and that's how we end right there. I mean,
there you go. What more can you say, really? What more can you say to that?
Yeah,
nothing.
This has been great.
It's
Seriously,
been great, guys. I appreciate it.
We've.
I want to throw out there episode 51 Spotify. Episode is called Chupacabra Bath Bombs because it's random and I liked it. So check that out. Also redid episode 7 about the Fed, and episode 49 had to redo that one too because Spotify went eh. So those are out and available on Spotify's. I cannot talk about that stuff here on the YouTubes.
Wherever they are,
but go check it out. It's great. It's great. I'll send a link on Discord with Metal's Spotify channel for everybody. So,
Skull, brother.
I'm telling you right now,
brother.
like so those of you that have commutes to work, like I'm in Houston, I drive like fucking 2 hours to work and shit every day. Listening to Metal's podcast while driving, like I'm all of a sudden my drive through Houston doesn't suck as bad.
Well, I'm glad I can do that for you, brother.
You're welcome. And then we got Warrior saying it's only gay if you look in each other's eyes. I'm looking at you, Warrior. Oh yeah.
What's up? How you doing?
Do we need a visit from the Ether Bunny? Is he hopping in town?
Wrong rag! Wrong rag!
Oh shit! It's not even in here.
Oh, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, bottoms up to another fantastic live TinMan-Metal hosting special guest Twin Arrows, the chat,
and ACR.
Well, I'm somebody. I'm something. Chat, y'all have been amazing. It's been a great time. Thank you all so much. This has been epic. We will catch you next Wednesday for another Whiskey Wednesday. Cheers.
Skull.
Cheers.
And on that, I bid you all good day.
Always forward.